Hello, guys, and welcome back to Minecraft Let's Play.
God damn it! You even accounted for my delay.
So, as you guys are all seated, you see a bunch of witches and wizards that kind of look like in graduation attire. One side is almost like a purple, and the other side's like a blue. It's not that there's female and male on each side; it's just the different parties. And you watch as Shacklebolt. Everyone's talking. He puts his hands up. Says, "Hello and good evening. We are here today to investigate and discuss the events that took place at Hogwarts School on the 12th of February. It has come to the Ministry's attention that the 12th of February, the life of one Colby Evergreen was taken during these events. As you all know, Mr. Evergreen was an auror for the Ministry of Magic. Mr. Arturovich, you have been brought before the Wizard Gamat as a key suspect involved in the murder.
Oh no!
Do you understand it?
Yes, I caused the murder. I did it.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yeah, Norman's just face palming from the side, like.
Would anyone notice if we silencio him?
I like how he's just like, yeah, we heard there was a murder. You know anything about that? Yeah, you idiots, I did it. That's why I'm here.
Because I know it. I was the one who was just stomping down on the guy. Man, you should have seen him. He went up like a bitch.
I want everyone to make a perception check.
Oh dear.
Like, to perceive this shock on his face.
No.
I get advantage, sorry.
Yeah, to just perceive the, oh god damn it, this kid is an idiot.
No.
Wait, do I get advantage? Hold on. Oh yeah. Plus 5 T. Oh no, that's passive perception. Fuck.
Okay.
Well, it's
is
passive.
anyone's passive perception higher than what they rolled?
Mine.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are. Mine is...
Okay,
60.
just
Yeah,
tell me
mine-
perceptions.
Yeah,
I
11.
10.
Actually, just type it in chat because there's a lot of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone's trying to sneak up on me, you know it was a 21.
No one's trying to sneak up.
Okay, I'm safe.
Okay. Alexander will be the only one who sees this.
I love the idea that it's just like no one's trying to sneak up here. It's just like, oh, I'm safe. Suddenly, the chair beside you dives.
You
Alexander.
rolled a 22!
Well, for one, once you say that you caused the murder, you hear a lot of and a lot of gas and like talking. And Shacklebolt puts his hand up again.
I mean, I had no
And,
choice. He was going to... He can...
Mr. Arturovich,
Yes?
you will be when called on. You may speak. Please, at this time, be quiet.
I'm gonna hold up a thumbs up.
And you're looking around the room, and you see off, not dressed up like all. You see, other than the parties on each side, you see figures that are dressed in kind of like business attire underneath, but long trench coats. And they have pins. That is the Ministry of Magic insignia. And you realize that one of them, none of you see this except for Alexander. One of them is Norman's father, and he's in the crowd. And he,
Like father, like son, we're both just.
he just looks at you, Alexander, and you guys make eye contact, and he just nods his head.
Yeah, anyone who paid attention to his moonstone would see that, like, he's nearly damn near pissing himself frightened, but he's just holding up just a bravado. Like, nah, I'm not frightened.
Also, you all notice that as Kingsley Shacklebolt talks, it's not the normal tone. It's almost enhanced in some way, as if everyone in this entire chamber is standing next to him as he talks. It is a very billowing, deep, commanding voice as he talks. He holds up his hand and says, "After these investigations, the Wisdom Gamat will come to a decision and if needed, punishment will be suitable for such offense. Do you understand this, Mr. Arturovich? Nod yes or no.
I'm going to nod. Yes. Damn it! He called me out before I was even going to do it.
You see at this point that Kingsley is watching you. It is at this time that I will allow our head of investigation, Mr. David Gene Hawkins, to proceed. And you see this kind of skinny guy stand up, long black hair, goatee, glasses. And he says, "Thank you, Mr. Shacklebolt. The Wisdom Gilmot would first like to call Mrs. Alma Vidal to the stand."
Oh, okay.
And you are escorted, not to the stand, you're escorted to the chair in the center of the room as everyone watches you.
Wow, okay. Cool.
Mrs. Vidal, do you understand that if I ask you a question, you must answer truthfully?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we may proceed. What is your affiliation with Mr. Arturovich?
We're friends and classmates.
Why exactly on that day were you all in the chamber?
Well, one of us fell in, so I went after.
You watch his eyes squint. Make a deception check.
It's not. She did fall in. She got pushed.
That is true.
That's not the reason you guys were in the chamber.
Oh, well, in that case. But I mean, I was looking.
That is the reason how you ended up in the chamber so quickly.
I mean, yeah, so I guess that fills the prerequisites.
It's not a lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lie.
Make
It just
a deception check
defending
with,
it of the intent of his question.
make a deception check with advantage.
It's just
Can
like,
I-
it's not lying, it's just temporarily
It is dodging a question.
Not really.
Can I also add?
It's providing an alternative.
Can I also add? I was
Add what?
looking for a friend.
But she's not lying, she just misinterpreted the rules.
I mean, it does sound more like she misunderstood the question than actually
Yeah.
tried to lie.
Okay, so he looks at you and... Can you recall, once you were in the chamber, what exactly happened? And, why Mr. Evergreen turned up dead?
Well, first of all, so many things happened.
And you see Kingsley just kind of lean back in his chair, like, intrigued.
First of all, it's so dark down there. Speaking like Alma and typing like Alma is a totally different experience.
I know the feels.
Please answer the question, Miss Fidel.
Okay, okay, hold on. I'm not stalling in character.
This is me as a DM making you stressed under pressure.
Objection! He's pressuring the witness.
Abstained!
Hold on, I'm trying to find what I said.
Oh, it's up there.
Wait, what?
In the summer shenanigans, what she told your dad.
Yeah. Anyway, we were attacked. It was like a whole thing, and it was dark, so I couldn't really see. And like, I put up a smoke screen, so it made it even worse to see. And like, we fought back, so it was kind of chaotic.
I see. He kind of just like, okay. Did you know that Mr. Evergreen was an Auror for the Ministry of Magic?
No, I've never met an Auror before.
Do you know the insignia? You
Well, I
all
do
know the
now.
insignia.
I do now.
Interesting. Could you tell me any reason of why Mr. Evergreen would have perished that day?
What do you mean? Like, we were defending ourselves and he ended up dying.
Against Mr. Evergreen? Miss Fidel, do you mean to say that Mr. Evergreen attacked you?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Fidel. That is all.
Cool.
And you are escorted. The Wisdom Gamot would now like to call to the stand Miss Olive Lowe.
Yay, my turn. She'd go up to wherever they made her go.
Miss Lowe, what is your affiliation with Mr. Arturovich?
If I'm being honest, no, I'm kidding. He's my friend and classmate.
Why were you in that chamber that night?
Looking for our friend Shelley, and we then fell in.
You fell into the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes. She's not lying.
Can you tell me who opened the Chamber of Secrets?
No.
No, as in you will not tell us? Or no, you do not know who did it?
Don't we both know that it was?
It was Norman, technically.
It was Norman.
Yeah, but who opened it first?
Nope.
Norman knows that it was
No.
Primrose who did it.
Oh, wait, wouldn't
I
he have?
don't know who opened the chamber originally.
Ah, nice one.
No, Norman told us. He said that someone opened the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, but
And
we
then
didn't
Can you
know.
tell us which one?
Yeah, but I didn't say. Who
I'll
it was.
make a wisdom check. You are really under. No.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
You
I
are
have a +3 to that shit, goddammit.
basically at this point. You're sweating under the pressure of being asked these questions in quick succession, and like you can't think straight right now as you're being asked these questions.
Okay.
So you are meant to say that you fell into the Chamber of Secrets and went down there to save your friend Shelley, encountered Mr. Evergreen, and you proceeded to fight him? Olive's face goes blank.
A bizarre adventure, Your Honor.
Kingsley looks at you with a stern
I
face.
didn't say that in character. I just thought it in character.
It's canon. No, I'm just kidding.
Scoop, could you stop? No, could you get your tail off my thigh? No.
I can't wait to make a character in this game.
That sounds like this. Oh god.
No.
Oh, okay, and now that's canon what Scoop sounds like now.
Oh, hey, Alex, I need to go outside, okay? You need to take me outside? Also, can I have some of your Caesar's pizza?
No.
Little Caesars, you... Okay, yeah, never mind, no.
Nope, it's a Caesar pizza.
No.
I'm a good boy.
From now on, Scoop sounds like this. He sounds like this, everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Give me some of your pizza.
Can I have some of your Little Caesar's pizza? Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can, mein Hund.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm so excited. I could go ahead and yodel right now. Yeah.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Did Norman's
Uh-huh.
dad tell us not to mention the house elves or just the Dark Order?
Just the Dark Order.
So, okay.
He's just giving me the most.
I mean, the guy has clearly got all
look.
of, like, kind of stressed out and all that, so.
Did you hear what he asked you?
What was his question? I was distracted at that point.
He asked. So you're here to tell that. I'll just say it again. You're here to tell all of us that you fell into the Chamber of Secrets looking for your friend, and just so happened to come across one of the Auroras of the Ministry of Magic, and you did battle.
I guess so. I don't know why he was down there, but we were attacked and fought back.
Can you tell us what happened during this fight?
It was pretty chaotic. I mean, we put up a smoke screen, but he was attacking us through it, and there were explosions, and then he was dead.
You hear a bunch of as all the people are whispering to each other, and Kingsley's just watching. Interesting. After you encountered and killed Mr. Evergreen, what happened next?
We kept going, and we found our friend with Mr. Primrose and Mr. Shit, what's his?
Mittens.
What'd you say? Mittens. Mr. Mittens. The cat. And they attacked us, and we fought back until Professor Bode came and saved us.
As you say, when Professor Bode came and saved you, he looks at you guys with like a what kind of expression.
Oh shit, Bode doesn't remember that shit. Of course not. That's just our luck.
Thank you, Mrs. Lowe. You may... that is all.
Okay. And she'll go back to her seat.
The Wisdom Gamot would now like to call Raime Greenway to the stand.
Alright, Raime goes over and sits down. Her ears are still out.
All of the people look at Raime. You see this, and they all like stare. Oh, you're a metamorph magus.
Yes.
Interesting.
But theirs are not.
Miss Greenway, it is come to our attention that you were not with the rest of your compatriots that night.
No.
Is this true?
No, I was with them until a certain point, and then I took another way to save some house elf that was trapped.
House elves, you say?
Yes.
According to our Auroras, there was no evidence of house elves down in the chamber.
But there were. I didn't imaginate them.
Well, you were under a high-stress situation. You could have.
Nah, not at that point. I didn't feel really stressed then.
Do you remember their names?
I remember one of their names. Tolpay.
Tolpay. After you escorted the house elves, what happened next?
I met some bad wizards, and I had to fight them to defend myself. The house elf helped me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And I knocked 2 of them out. Well, the house elf technically did, and then I pushed them into poop water. And then I knocked 2 other ones out. I didn't push them into the poop water.
As you're saying poop water, you watch as Shacklebolt just smiles. Kind of like snickers.
I was in the back like, ugh, the hot chicken.
Again, Mrs. Greenway, we have no evidence of any other party being down there other than Mr. Evergreen, the 2 other students, and the Runespore.
But I remember them. I saw 2 of their faces of the 2 I pushed in down into the poop water.
He like kind of puts his head down and sighs.
So you're saying that there was other people in that sewer, and that you fought them with 2 house elves that were trapped in the chamber.
Yes.
You do realize that house elves are one of the most powerful creatures. How
Yeah.
would they be trapped in a cell?
It was we asked them about this, and they said they put some kind of magic so they couldn't use their magic.
Interesting. That will be all, Miss Greenway.
Okay.
And make your way.
Hmm.
The Wizengunrot would now like to call up Norman Orstein to the stands.
It's gonna go ahead and just like go up and sit down.
As you're walking, you hear in the distance, and you look over, and it's your dad.
He's just gonna just like look at him pensively for a second, just look away again. Goes to the...
Mr. Orstein.
Yes.
Now, the Wizengamot here knows that your father, Philip Orstein, is an Auror for the Ministry of Magic. Is this true?
Yes, of course it is.
How do you know these other students? What is your affiliation?
I like I didn't ask Raimi about that.
Well, most of them are my friends. Alec is more like a close acquaintance.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Even Olive was nice and called him a friend.
You hear in the distance, and one of the on the blue side, you just hear, "Oh shit!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What happened exactly that night in the chamber?
Well, I saw 2 students heading out after curfew. So I wish to investigate and take a little too much after my father. And in doing so, I garnered the interest of my friends, and we followed them. Apparently they knew of some secret passage that they left open for too long, and I saw how they got in, followed after them, and my friends accompanied. That's when we ran into some creatures that were no problem to take care of. We ran into the house elves, who we freed from a cage that was holding them prisoner through some form of magic. Then we split off from there. She took the elves to safety, while the rest of us ventured further to find out what those 2 students were doing. And that's when we ran into the gentleman you were speaking of.
That's when
Mr.
things got
Evergreen.
silly.
It's at this moment he knew he fucked up.
And what happened when you encountered Mr. Evergreen?
Well, we assumed that there was going to be a light conversation, a scolding. Maybe he was a professor or someone of import. Instead, he pointed his wand at us and immediately fired upon us.
You hear in the crowd of people,
Oh, really?
and you hear like a bunch of whispering amongst them, and someone drops a fork.
The person was eating popcorn with a fork.
Who's eating pie in here?
Oh, sorry, I'm just eating my pumpkin pie.
It was my knitting needle. Fuck off.
Trial.
Who's knitting?
Avada
Dolores Umbridge is in the back knitting a sweater right now.
No.
Wait.
This is how they handle stress. They just panic knit.
All right, continue.
Well, he fired upon us, almost killing, I believe it was Alec and Olive. If me and Alma weren't there to assist him, he'd probably be dead. And then once we got them up, we fought back. And just so happened that at the end of that confrontation, he died. Though he wasn't carrying anything that signified him of being an aura, so we didn't know.
He was wearing the oral clothes and the insignia.
No, he was wearing black robes and a hood.
And you look over at your dad as he kind of just nods his head. kind of gesturing you to not go any further.
Yeah, this is exactly what he's stopping at.
Interesting. So you think or remember Mr. Evergreen wearing something completely different than what we saw and found him on the scene?
No, sir. I know he was wearing something different.
That will be all, Mr. Orstein.
He gets up and just walks off.
The Wismgimod would now like to call Mr. Justin Percival Bode to the stand.
And you see Bode get up, walk, sit in the chair.
Mr. Bode, what is your affiliation with these children?
I am their defense against the dark arts professor at Hogwarts.
Where were you on the night of the 12th of February?
I was in my office, in the defense against the dark arts class, grading students' papers.
What did you do after grading the papers?
I left my office, I headed to my room, and I went to sleep.
Did you at all come in contact with the students that night?
He kind of looks saddened and says, "No, sir."
Thank you, Mr. Bode. That is all. The Wismgimod would now like to call Mr. Edwin James Stripes to the stand.
And you see a man with scraggly black beard, short black hair, in his aura get up. He's got a scar from his right side of his nose all the way back to his ear, and one of his eyes is white, from where it looks like that eye is completely just ruined from battling something.
Mr. Stripes, you were on the scene afterwards. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
What did you see?
Well, a couple of us Aurors had gotten a call that something had gone wrong at Hogwarts. We arrived in the chamber. We saw the 4 children standing around a floating girl, and I assume that was Miss Furley. We saw Mr. Arturovich standing over 2 of the unconscious students, Mr. Primrose and Mr. Mittens. It looked like it looked like Mr. Arturovich was about to cast a spell before myself stupefied him and restrained him. On our way to the main chamber, we also saw the body of Mr. Evergreen, lifeless.
Can you describe what you saw when you observed Mr. Evergreen?
Mr. Evergreen was wearing his normal Auror uniform, black pants, blue undershirt, black vest, and, his black trench coat. After further investigation, it seemed that his head had hit a rock and he had bled out from there. When we arrived, there was nothing we could do for Mr. Evergreen. However, I was able to trace the last spell that Mr. Evergreen used, which would have been Confringo. It seemed that he was fighting something, but unfortunately lost.
When the other students came to consciousness, what did they say?
Mr. Primrose and Mitten started apologizing profusely, saying they didn't want to hurt anyone and that they were cursed to do it. They didn't say who cursed them, but they did admit to attacking the 4 children. From our standpoint, it seemed that the 2 parties got into some sort of scuffle, and then there were possible casualties.
Thank you, Mr. Stripes. The Wismgimod would like to now call Mr. Arturovich to the stand.
Is he biting my nail? Oh, alright. I'm just gonna...
And you see Shacklebolt raise his hand and, gesture you forward as to, come on,
Alright,
go to the stand.
I walk up and I'm just kind of nervously biting my nails, just... Alright,
Mr. Arturovich, why were you and your friends in the Chamber of Secrets, and how did you get there?
Well, the rest of my friends wanted to save some girl that was taken named, Lely? I can't remember.
My God.
Then we traced...
You hear in the distance, it's Shelley!
Remy!
Please,
Such a douche.
please, no more talking. Proceed.
Oh, okay. Well, then there was a thing where we went into the girl's bathroom, met a ghost. She was quite desperate, clingy, and well, we found a
my
hole.
God.
Well, I decided, well, we better go down there, so I pushed Olive in, and then I immediately jumped in after her. From then, we were in a large chamber that was actually quite secret. A chamber of secrets, if you will.
Oh my god.
You see Shacklebolt
He's so
visibly
fucking doomed.
facepalm. He just visibly facepalms. Oh my god. And he still has the Sonar's charm, so all of you hear... all of you hear... Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Proceed.
Alright, then we went room to room, and then there was a rodent infestation. We took care of that. Then, from when we entered, we went south. Well, we turned to left, entered a room, and in it was a jail cell with 2 hell cells. Small, crying. We managed to free them, and Raime went with them out. We proceeded throughout the Chamber of Secrets until, well, first off, there was a trap that was set and sent me flying into shit water.
Language, Mr. Arturovich.
I start speaking immediately in Russian. And I just say in Russian, is this better?
Oh my god.
What do you say in Russian?
I say, is this better?
You hear Shacklebolt speak back to you in Russian.
Oh
Do
my
not
God.
do that again.
Okay, so I guess they hate Russians here.
No, Shacklebolt's just a very seasoned orator and speaks many languages.
Oh man, I remember back during the Cold War where he just fought in the front lines in East Germany.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Proceed.
fuck, the Spetsnaz have wizards. Sorry.
As you can hear in the distance, Shacklebolt saying, "Do you know the way?"
Stop!
Stop! No!
God, my
Alright,
friend's
so
9-year-old
then-
won't sleep.
Well, we heard of someone approaching after we reached the serpent statue. Everyone hid behind it except me. I stayed out just in case it was a friendly face who was also lost down there. There I met your Auror, who was pretty shit at his job. He didn't identify himself.
Language, Mr. Arturovich.
I am speaking a language.
This is your second strike.
Oh, so this is baseball?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Just send him to Azkaban.
So
Let me
Goose
just,
won't be in the next
let me
session
just
because
kick
Alex
this
is
off
dead.
real quick. All right.
So, okay, fine.
Proceed.
So, he didn't identify himself. He simply said something along the lines of, "You should not be here." I said, "Well, look, I can't remember what I said in response. I believe it was something along the lines of redacted."
You know, Olive is normally really annoyed by him, but she's a little bit proud, even though she knows he's a dumbass.
Yeah,
Like,
you can tell
you know?
from his moonstone, he's frightened out of his ass. He's like, "Oh god."
It's bright white.
See, she's so pissed right now at the ministry. She's just kind of like snickering
Yeah,
at
no.
him.
So he said, "You should not be down here." Then there was a bit of confrontation, and I feared for my life, so I stupefied him. After I stupefied him, he got back up, and then he cast Confringo on me. I was out for I don't know how long, but when I got up, he was down and on the ground. Then, when I saw that I realized he was still alive, and he might come after us again. So, and might I add, he was not in an Auror uniform. He looked like he took all of his clothes out of Hot Topic, even his silly mask.
Oh my god.
I do not know what Hot Topic is, but proceed.
Think of it as like a dark wizard for muggles.
Interesting. We will have to investigate this later.
That's a very good description.
That is a very good description.
So yes, he took off his mask, and then we saw on his arm scars.
Oh no.
And we.
I mean, Alex, you promised.
Make a perception check, Alexander.
Well, no, he's not going to say anything about the tattoo. He's just going to say there were scars. It was a bit creepy. They looked like tally marks.
That's even cutting it close.
Mm.
Because, you know, the
Yeah.
Dark Order knows what those tally marks would be.
Yeah.
Everyone make a perception.
Just explain.
Everyone make a perception check at disadvantage.
And then
Oh, fuck, a
as
duck.
Wait, even me?
And
I would have it at.
I'm continuing on, but after I crushed his throat in self-defense, I just realized that they were
Ah,
tick bites.
fuck, I got a 6. Fuck.
I would have it normal since I have a +5.
Yeah,
on
roll with
perception.
roll with normal. Continue, Goose.
Well, it was after
We're
I
all
crushed
different.
his throat, after fearing for the life of me and my friends. He did not die by a rock. He curb stomped his throat.
Oh my god.
You hear and a bunch of
He tried to kill me and my friends. There was nothing else.
Shacklebolt kind
I
of
could
sits up
do.
from his seat and kind of looks at you. He's listening.
So, after I killed him, we continued on. We found the room where Primrose and his boy toy.
I love that you're saying it like fucking Dinkelberg, okay?
Yeah, Primrose and his boy toy, I can't remember his name, were surrounding Shelly. Oh yeah, that's her name, Shelly. She was floating in the air, and there was someone else, I couldn't really make out who, but they cast one of the unforgivable curses on me. After that, we engaged in combat with Primrose and his boy toy. After Primrose started acting like a scaly and started making a three-headed snake do what he wanted. I foolishly decided to punch the three-headed snake. It did not go over well. So, we fought, and after I got back up for a second time, I saw Primrose standing on top of the statue of the head of that weird bearded man. And
You hear Kingsley speak up. Oh, that would be Salazar Slytherin.
yes, Archibald Gryffindor.
I'm
God.
sorry.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
Proceed.
Alright. Well, at that point, Professor Bode entered. He stunned the Primrose, I can't remember how specifically, and with use of a spell, he killed the three-headed snake. After that, I flew into a rage. If Mr. Bode had remembered the situation correctly,
Oh my god.
he would
Shut
know
up
that
now.
he was the one who restrained me as I tried to cast Sectum Simpra on those two students who were tied down. Afterwards, that was where the Aurors, who were easily identified, entered the chamber, and we all left the chamber. If you don't believe me, I'm pretty sure you have some magic which would be able to determine truth from lies.
Oh, I do not need that. I can tell you are telling the truth.
Oh?
And you see from the corner Norman's dad get up. Monsieur Shacklebolt, I would like to present some evidence I myself have collected. Proceed, Mr. Austin. Mr. Arturovich, you may step down.
Wait. I just step down and I just go back to the corner. But this time I'm actually looking tense and I am keeping an eye out for battle.
Monsieur Shacklebolt, I had a strange suspicion after these events, seeing as all of my son's friends' stories have lined up exactly. By my own accord, I have gone to each of the students and asked them questions. At the same time, I gathered evidence from 2 of the students' wands. As the Wisdom Gilmot knows, I have a special talent that allows me to speak with and see recent memories of a wand, and I would like to note that this talent has been used in multiple cases in order to flesh out the truth. I would like to present my memories to the court and allow you to deduce for yourself if Mr. Arturevich was acting viciously or acting in to preserve his friends in their lives. Please, present what you have. And you watch as Norman's dad takes out his wand, puts it up to his head, and pulls out a strand, a grayish white ethereal strand from his brain, and kind of casts it upwards. And you see this little, it's like a white ethereal strand of hair that touches that black wavy liquid you saw. And you watch.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah. You watch as it ripples through it, and it turns into almost like watching a TV. And it shows you all entering the chamber, taking the left, and saving these 2 house elves. And you watch as this is going on, you watch as all of the people in the Wisdom Gilmot are looking up, and they're like gasping. And they're like talking amongst each other. You also watch as all of you make your way down the chamber. Mr. Evergreen fires Confringo at you, downing both Olive and Alexander from this point, having the confrontation. And it does what exactly happened from the time you entered the chamber to the time you left. Except it does not have the parts where Olive kills another person and where Alma has her Horcrux eat the body.
Just erase that from his memory.
Go, Mr. O.
Yep. You also realize, because they don't know this, however, you guys realize this as it's happening. The unforgivable curse that Bode casts he does not cast Avada Kedavra in this memory.
Ooh.
He casts something else.
Yeah, it's a really good thing I didn't say Avada Kedavra. I just said, yeah, he just killed the snake.
And you watch as Kingsley, looking up at it, kind of in a thinking pose. Then you hear Mr. Orstein, Norman's dad, Philip, say, I believe someone either in this room or not has modified all of the memories of the auras that were in the chambers at night and is trying to cover up something. As you can see from the memory, Mr. Evergreen was branded with some mark as the Dark Order, and I believe that he and others in that chamber were working for the Order. And as he says Dark Order, there's like gasps, and Shacklebolt kind of like looks like, oh shit.
Is anyone moving to leave?
Everyone make perception checks.
Yeah.
Like, we just see Barty Crouch Jr. just leaving.
Hello, father!
Oh god. Perception, I got that.
That was a
Damn.
natural
Fuck.
Is anyone
20.
leaving? Make a perception check. So that's DM for yes.
What is that?
That's like, is anyone leaving? Make a perception check. So that's DM code for yes.
Exactly.
Alma, no one else sees this. Alma, you see a couple things. As this is going on, Bode is like in shock. You ascertain that he doesn't remember any of this. But as he's watching it happen, he's like, well, obviously I was there. How come I don't remember this? You also see... You see Stripes, the guy who was on the stand. He's visibly sweating.
No, gasp.
You also see 2 more figures that are a part of the blue and pink parties. Because of your natural 20, one of the females just kind of tenses up and like her eyes are open wider than all of the other ones. And the other one, there's a male on the blue side that is gritting his teeth, and one of them is reaching at their arm where the tattoo would be.
Oh my god.
And you also notice they are all looking at Norman's dad. They are not focused on anyone else. They are focused on Philippe. Philippe. As he says this, as the students have pointed out, they followed their classmates into the chamber, and they saved their friend Miss Shelley Farley. And if they had not followed them, she would be dead. They encountered Mr. Evergreen, which led to a conflict which led to Mr. Evergreen's death. However, the circumstances, I believe that Mr. Arturovich and his friends acted in self-defense, and I would like to call the court to see this as that. I believe that Mr. Arturovich, however heinous his actions were for the better. If Mr. Evergreen would have gotten up, and his first spell against them was Confringo, he would have killed them. As we all know, as an auror, our job is not to kill, it is to subdue. Our first line of spells are stupefy. That is the first option. As this was not the case, it seems that Mr. Evergreen had the intent to kill them all. And you see Kingsley kind of like visibly, he's standing up listening. It seems the evidence you have presented, Philippe, does not coincide with what you have all seen or are being told. However, we can clearly see from your memory. If this is true, someone has modified your memories, and it seems that bigger things are at play. After this trial, the Ministry of Magic is to stay in this room, as we will lead a separate investigation. And he looks around at everyone except for you five. Once this trial is over, we will have a little talk. However, we still have this trial to settle. Mr. Arturovich, although your actions may have been for the best intentions, there are still laws to abide by. I would hope that next time you rethink your plan of action and do not take things to such an extreme.
I won't.
Oh my god.
The Wisdom Gamot will be charging Mr. Arturovich with involuntary manslaughter, pleading self-defense, as him and his friends were indeed in great danger. Mr. Arturovich, how do you plead?
Wait, involuntary manslaughter?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Would he even know?
In self-defense.
Okay, yeah, but would he even know
self-defense.
the correct
Would he know
definition?
what that means?
Yeah, would he even know? I mean, he knows what self-defense is, but would he know that the definition of manslaughter is to unintentionally kill?
And would he be smart enough to go with it?
Does he know what the words involuntary and manslaughter mean?
I'm pretty sure he would know involuntary, but manslaughter is the big thing here.
Roll an
Make an
intelligence
intelligence check.
Hey, look, manslaughter just means super murder, you know? Like, you didn't just murder him, you slaughtered him.
Okay, a super murder. Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, you kind of fucking stepped on his throat.
Alright. Okay,
He's like, that wasn't murder, that was slaughter. Yep.
Better than that.
I'm just going to look. He looks visibly confused. Not guilty. I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know what that big word is.
How does the Wisdom Gamot find Mr. Arturovich? And you hear a lot of whispers. All in favor of guilty, and you see more than half of each party raise their hands.
Oh god.
All in favor of not. The other half raise their hands, except it's less than the first one. It seems that the Wisdom Gamot has come to an arrangement that Mr. Arturovich, you are found guilty of these charges.
I'll see you all in Azkaban.
Under the pretense of self-defense, you will be stripped of your wand outside of Hogwarts and sent to the Ministry of Magic's Underage Division to serve a sentence of 4 months incarcerated. After which, you will be on probation, monitored by one of our aurors assigned to your case. While at Hogwarts, you may not have access to your wand unless you are in class. Before curfew, you are to give your wand to your head of house. Is this understood?
I nod and say, yeah, I don't even really need it anyway.
I was basically about to type that. I mean, he doesn't really use his wand for much anyway.
I have rocks which do more damage than some of the spells I can cast.
Oh my god.
You watch as Philippe and another Auror come up to you, Mr. Artorovich, or Alexander, sorry, with shackles. Well, Philippe puts his hand out. I need your wand, Alexander.
Alright, I just kind of take it out, just kind of twirl it in between my fingers and hand it to him.
Thank you.
Well, I've always wanted it to be chained up by a daddy, but not like this.
Oh my god.
Yep, he's an idiot to the very end.
So you're escorted out before everyone else is escorted out. Alexander, you're escorted to the elevator. You're taken to...
Not the elevator! Not the elevator!
I was scared. I was like, that's punishment enough.
Like, get in the elevator, the guy just like, A675309!
On this... on the bottom floor, you're taken to... Well, look, it's like a jail. Like a muggle jail, except you see the words juvenile, and you, as you go into this jail, there's a bunch of children your age.
I didn't realize Azkaban had a kids section.
And Philippe just speaks up. Oh, you're not going to Azkaban. You have to do something much more extreme for this.
I did kill a man.
Yes, but you are also underage. Primerlo is not there.
I just had to check.
However,
Oh no.
Mittens.
nope. However, as you guys are leaving, you watch as Primrose and Mittens are escorted past you. Like, you're going towards the elevators and they're walking past you, and they're escorted by about 5 or 6 Aurors.
I'm gonna give him a grin and
Dun
give them,
dun dun.
and then I'm gonna shoot them finger guns.
As you guys are escorted out, and then Alexander's escorted out. Then the Aurors come back. Norman, your dad, and the other one. And Shacklebolt says, "Well, everybody, you could go and leave. Thank you for coming. Everyone else who's part of the Ministry of Magic, you can stay." And you guys make your way out, and you watch as the doors close.
Oh god.
And you see like a blue, almost like a blue, faint, transparent like shield over the door, as if it's permanently locked until dispelled. And then, as you guys get back to the elevator, I need you to make perception checks.
Alright.
Oh boy, we've been on fire with these.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ugh.
Alma,
Nice!
Alma, as you're walking back to the elevator, you are so scared to get back on this elevator that you cannot hear or think of anything else.
I'm
You're
clinging.
visibly shaking.
I'm clinging to Shelly, like
It's going to
clinging.
be okay. It's going to be okay.
It
Oh, I'm
gives
so
me
excited to
motion
write it again.
sickness.
It's like, that thing is made by the devil!
Raime, you're the only one who hears this.
Hmm.
Your ears are up,
Yeah.
which gives you increased hearing.
From the trial room that you just left, you hear what sounds like explosions and spells being cast.
She stops for a moment, just turns and looks at the door and is like, that escalated quickly. And then she's gonna hurry up and catch up with the other ones to the elevator. And she's like, guys, they're like bombarding spells in the courtroom.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh.
Norman, this, as she says this, it hits you. Your dad's in that courtroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Olive is like looking at Norman like, oh shit.
The rest
Yo.
of you realize that also Bode is in that courtroom.
Oh.
Oh, double shit, he was hot.
Is that the extent of the caring meter?
Yeah, I've created this. God
Okay.
damn it, dude.
Alma tells everyone what she saw
What did you
in
see?
the courtroom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Somebody
sure
write it
he'll
down.
be
He's gonna
alright.
make us have to remember that later.
So maybe that's the ones that are trying to bombard with spells then?
Well, maybe they're outnumbered. You know, not everyone can be a part of the order, right?
There was only 4 of them, right? Because you said Stripes and then 2 other figures.
So there was
But
3 of them.
There's 3. Oh, okay.
The one that interrogated us, this was Stripes, right?
No, Stripes was the one who said that he was the one who stopped Alexander.
Oh, the one who sounded like Hag. Okay.
Fuck you.
Sounded like Hagrid, to be honest.
I've practiced Hagrid's voice so much that when I do some sort of voice like that, it's just Hagrid now.
We're gonna have to visit him again. Put it to good use.
Oh, please do not do that. As you guys make your way, make a Constitution saving throw, Alma.
Oh, God.
Only Alba?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
As you come off the elevator, you are just visibly and mentally sick of this fucking elevator, and you throw up in the corner.
yeah, I definitely
make
pushed
sure to be out
myself
of the
away
way.
from. Yeah, I definitely pushed myself away from Shelly because I'm not throwing up on her.
And she's just she holds your hair back, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay. It's okay."
Oh my
And
God, I hate that thing more than I hate Primrose.
after you're done, you watch as she waves her wand, and the vomit just disappears.
Oh my God, thank you.
Who does it?
Shelly.
Shelly.
Isn't that underage magic?
She's 16, I think.
She's 6th year.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
She's only 2 years. She was 2 years ahead of us. No, you're right.
She was 5th year last year.
Yeah. I was mixing that up. Okay.
Okay.
She's a
But
6th
still, that
year.
doesn't. She would have to be
damn.
17 to be overage, but still, I don't think anyone will care that
Yeah.
she cleaned up vomit.
Well, so
They're probably
she's
like, oh,
17.
thank you. Well, if she's 17, she'd be going into 7th year if you're 17 before September 1st.
Never mind then. She's not 17. Okay.
I'm not trying. Okay, look.
Also, if she was 17, it'd be really weird with the Alma.
Yeah.
Shelly thing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
she's not 17. However, you are at the Ministry of Magic. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be, casting spells in front of muggles. The whole thing about underage wizardry is the statute of secrecy. They can't trust kids to not cast spells, so they're just like, don't cast any at all, ever.
Stupid kids.
Stupid kids.
Stupid freaking kids. So you guys make your way back home, and we're gonna do a time jump. This took place like almost at the beginning of your summer break. Alexander, I need you to make 4 wisdom saving throws.
Can I make a strength check just to see how much I dominate the prison? Because he's 13, but he is built like a JoJo's character. Like, he is fucking ripped.
I'll say you can make 2 strength checks, but you still have to make the 4 wisdom saves.
Oh, 16.
Okay. Okay.
3 wisdom saves. Oh. for the
Wow.
most-
Okay.
There's like a little dip in the
Four.
middle.
4 wisdom saves.
Oh,
4 wisdom saves.
okay.
For the
Okay,
4
so like
incarcerated.
2 of them are average, and then there's like a little bit in the middle where it's a dip, where I'm just depressed. But near the end there, I'm like, oh god, yes, I am immortal.
So when you first get into the juvenile detention center, you are picked on and you are actually roughed up a bit at the beginning.
Then I realize, oh wait, this guy's like over 5 foot, and he's built like a beast.
Yeah, so at the beginning, you do get ganged up on and beat up, which kind of takes you down a couple notches. However, for about 2 months, you watch all of these inmates that have beat you up, and you like know their patterns of what they do, and one by one, you catch each of them alone and beat the shit out of them. To which point they stop messing with you. However, we're gonna jump 4 months into the future, which is when you guys are gonna go back to school.
Did Norman's dad die?
So during this time,
After coming back from Norman's dad's funeral.
no, Norman's dad does not die. However, neither does Bode. You guys, actually, it would probably only be like Raime and Norman, unless. Would the Muggleborns get the daily profit? What is it called? Is it the daily profit? No, that's not it. I can tell that Owl isn't here.
The Wizarding World newspaper. We know.
Is it the Daily Prophet? It is the Daily Prophet. Yeah. Who of you would have had the Daily Prophet delivered to them other than the wizard? The
wizard kids.
Yeah, the wizard kids.
I'm not sure that.
I don't even think they're here.
Well, I don't think Vivi is here either because she went beer back as well.
Yeah.
And
God damn it, Vivi. You bitch.
God damn it, Vivi. Well, for the two of you, Rami and Norman.
Yeah.
During these 4 months, there is an article that says Ministry of Magic under siege again? ? And there's multiple articles of what happened after the trial. Alexander's trial is not like known knowledge to the public. However, the events that took place afterward. Okay. So I'll just repeat. So we're doing a time jump 4 months in the future. However, during this time, would Olive get the Daily Prophet?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the Daily Prophet, it does have a headline that says "Ministry of Magic under siege again?" ? And it details the events that took place after Alexander's trial. However, Alexander's trial is not on the newspaper. It's not like public knowledge. However, it does show Stripes in custody, visibly like bloody nose, that scar that went from one end to his face to the other, open, bleeding, in shackles.
I'm back.
One of the other ones, god damn it, one of the would Alma get the Daily Prophet?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so you all know this except for Alexander.
Wait, what happened though?
So during the 4 months, you guys got the newspaper, and it talks about the events that took place after the trial. Alexander's trial is not public; it's not on there, but it shows Stripes visibly beaten up, and wounds open in shackles. One of the other people that you saw, Alma, the female, being carried out on a stretcher.
Oh shit.
And you also see one of the Aurors carried out on a stretcher. Norman's dad is fine, so is Bode. But after your trial, basically what had happened is Kingsley locked the door, and then as that happened, the Dark Order members, the Darkened, tried to fight their way out and lost.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell, the bridesmaid's dad reading that shit's gonna be scared shitless. Like, what happened?
I wanted
Oh, yeah.
to do like a thing before we left Diagon Alley or whatever, and I wanted to I wanted to see how much a pensive costs.
A pensive?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, never mind. That's
I would say it's like probably. It depends on. I don't think Diagon Alley is a place that would sell pensives. It's a very highly magic item. Magical item. I don't know. It's they're almost specially made for certain circumstances, and the ministry kind of keeps tabs on them as they are highly. They can be used for very
bad.
evil things. And honestly, you wouldn't even be able to price one at Diagon Alley. They're just not sold there.
Okay. I just wanted to know, because is it possible to like just take your memories out without a pensive like they did?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then you...
The pensive allows you to see the memories.
Okay. Cool.
And almost store them. You can take your memories out and put them in little jars and little vials.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, I guess...
I don't
I'll
know
get
if you
some
guys
jars.
have that spell then, though.
They
Do
never,
you?
like, I don't think they ever created a spell for it. They just, say they have it happening, but it's always nonverbal, if nothing else. So I don't know.
I'm pretty
they
sure
could learn it
that
or not,
specific spell is like high magic. That's like some high level shit.
Yeah,
You can grab
probably,
this-
yeah.
You're grabbing your memory out of your brain. So like
Trying to imagine what could go wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you could just grab all of your memories out of your brain
yeah,
and then
like,
have no memories anymore.
kind of horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, spells like that are high level magic. I would say that's like 8th to 9th level. Being able to pull memory from someone's brain, from someone's mind.
Cool. Okay.
So during this 4 months, Alexander, you actually get out of prison.
Man, now.
I was waiting for him to say some stupid shit like, I don't even know how to live on the outside anymore.
Dude, it's been like 4 months.
Is he gonna know? Is he gonna think before he talks now? Or he does anything?
Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna say based on those wisdom saves, Alexander, you definitely you were able to think about your actions, and it does hit your head that like, yeah, if I wouldn't have done that, he would have killed us. And you kind of make peace with what you've done. But you also get out of prison. You didn't go to Azkaban. If you went to Azkaban, you'd visibly like get out of that shit like just fucked up. But you held your own in prison. You had time to reflect on what you did.
Oh, shit. Did my dad die while I was in prison?
No, you forced him to get the surgery. He's fine.
I mean, he can still die.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh no, I don't like that rule.
No.
You sounded like Shaggy.
Oh no, man.
I don't know, Scoob!
Oh, great. Now Scoob's looking at me.
So, on September 1st, you all board the Hogwarts Express on your way back to Hogwarts for your 3rd year.
And I put on my breastplate,
Yay.
just like sliding it under my robes.
As soon as Raime sees Alex, she's gonna run over and hug him.
Oh god. I thought you were gonna shiv me.
As you're going to hug him, you kind of hit your chin on his breastplate. It's like, like, son of a bitch, that wasn't there before.
No, she doesn't care.
God
Yeah.
damn.
What the fuck are you wearing?
A breastplate.
You actually put that on?
Yes, I can wear it under my robes. It should actually provide a protection to me equal to the impervious spell.
I mean, considering he can't carry his wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, I guess.
Raime,
It's like it went from stupid to practical.
Besides, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to learn without being able to use a wand.
Can you learn, period?
Yes, I can.
Oh my god. Savage.
That is great. At this time, as you guys are talking, you hear a knock on your door.
Raime's still hugging Alex.
Come in?
And it opens, and you see a familiar face, Professor Bode.
Oh god, no.
Hi, Professor.
Oh wait, Mr. Bode, what happened? Who died in there? I heard about it in the slammer.
God!
He kind of looks at you with like a perturbed face, and just like, every time I talk to this kid, it's just like, it's ridiculous.
Like he spent 4 months
I feel
in
my
prison.
brain cells
Like,
dying.
you would think that would have straightened him out, but nope.
Mr. Arturovich, unfortunately, I cannot talk about this as it is a ministry business.
I mean, it was in the newspaper, wasn't it?
Aleksandr.
Oh wait, please don't tell me
Anyway,
you're the
moving
auror
on.
assigned to me.
I am the auror assigned to you.
Why couldn't
I
it
mean,
have
that could
been?
wait. That could
Why-
definitely be worse.
Why couldn't it have been
You
the
lucky
Frenchie?
shit.
Frenchie.
Wait, is that what you call my father?
No, I can't. No. On the weekends, I call your father Daddy.
No!
That's
Someone's gonna punch him this year.
Daddy.
yeah, so weird.
Anyways, Mr.
I mean,
Arturovich, I
we
have been
did have
assigned
to
to you.
explain to Norman that nerd is like a compliment in Muggle speak, so yeah.
Mr. Arturovich, I have been assigned to you by the ministry. So you are to report to me every week.
So you're my parole officer.
Basically. Also, here is this. And he hands you a bracelet.
Oh, is that my house arrest anklet?
It is an ad monitor. It is how we track you.
So, does it give you a heartbeat?
Every week, Mr. Arturovich. Every week. And he shuts the door.
No,
By
wait,
the way.
no, I need to know if it gives you a heartbeat.
And he walks away. As that bracelet gets put on, it clamps together, and then you watch the clamp disappear. And it's to the point where there's no way you're getting this thing off.
Well, there's only one.
And actually, as you like try to pull it off, it actually gets tighter.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and I'm just gonna immediately begin moving my arm up and down as fast as humanly possible.
Okay.
I'm sure you had lots of practice doing that.
Well, no, that's why I was asking for if it had a heart rate monitor.
Oh god.
Sure, that's what he's doing.
Well, no. If you do it in a hospital while attached to a heart rate monitor, it goes up so high that nurses typically think there's something wrong. That's
Yeah,
what I-
Raime is still clinging onto you, by the way.
Why?
I've missed you.
I never talked with you anyway.
Yeah, you do.
Through the journal.
No, you.
Oh, speaking of that, and she says that she's gonna stand up on the seats to get her luggage, and she's gonna pull it down, and then she's gonna open it, and it just seems like it's empty, and it's just like The invisible cloaks I told you about.
Oh.
They are there. I swear they're there.
Actually, so invisibility cloaks, unless they're worn, you
Yeah.
can it's actually you can visibly see them. They're like
Well, what if they're
Kinda like
worn by the other
silvery?
cloaks?
no,
Oh my God.
it's like
She draped over
wearing
it.
but it's like a silver, like you know that type of metal that's like blue and pink and like
Iridescent.
Oh God, it's got.
it's like silver. It's like silver iridescence, and it's very silky, very very nice.
Would you say it's grossly incandescent?
Ah,
Sure.
Oh yeah.
one of these days we'll find our own, son.
Yeah, I immediately put it on and do a Y pose.
Stop.
That game isn't made yet.
I created it.
But yes, you all can have one. There's only 4 of them. But since I can change how I look, it would be easier for me to not have one.
You can share with us if you need to be invisible.
No, it can only fit 1 person.
I really don't think this will help.
Oh, that's true. We determined these ones
Yeah, actually.
because Harry's was special.
Yeah, thinking
Yep.
about it, I don't think this will help me if I ever need to hide from Bode.
I don't think Bode is the problem. I think you should take one.
Yes, take it.
Take it.
Thank you.
Wait,
Oh, I won't
wait,
really
who
need
the
to.
fuck
You-
did that?
Nobody. All
Her
right.
voice was gone.
Alright,
You
fine.
hear another knock on the door.
I'll take it. I could dress up even more like a knight.
You hear another knock.
Come in. Oh,
Anything from the trolley?
And the slammer changed me. I ain't got no coin.
Anything?
No, thank you.
I'm good.
Really?
Because I spent it all on medieval
Oh wait,
armor.
trolley lady. She gets chocolate
Huh?
frogs. I wasn't paying attention. I'm like,
here
oh
you
wait,
go.
trolley lady, chocolate frogs, please.
This'll be 2 sickles.
She'll hand over the money and thank you.
Anyone else?
No.
No.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I'm
Do you want anything, Alex?
She,
I can buy something for you.
Nah, I'm actually good.
as as you guys say no, she visibly looks kind of upset because you guys have always been the ones who buy like everything.
I'm just,
She's just like,
I'm just looking
Olive
at-
feels
Okay.
guilty. And some licorice ones. She like feels guilty now.
Okay,
They didn't buy
Yeah.
enough.
this will be another 2 sickles.
Shit.
Here
Okay.
you are.
Since Alma sees the upset face, she's just like, wait, does she actually want us to buy stuff? She looked annoyed last year when we bought it all. All right. I'll take a couple of chocolate frogs too.
Okay, that will be how many? 2, 3, maybe 4, 5.
Buy my
Oh.
stuff, damn it.
I'll take 5.
Okay, that will be 1. It'll be 10 sickles.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, we'll be fine. We'll save some for the rest of everyone on the train this time.
Okay, dears. Bye. And she's. she goes. And you guys make your way
Don't ever do that again.
to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Can I just try and do something very quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
She's gonna do a
Raime
Mortal
wants
Kombat
to.
finisher on me.
No. Raime wants to sneak in the 3 boxes of the Happy Bubble Tea to Alex. The ones that he refused to take when she bought them.
Oh, like put it in his compartment
luggage.
or his luggage. Make
Yeah.
a sleight of hand check.
Wait, look, hold on.
DC would be
How long is-
16.
Yo, hold on. I have a question.
Okay.
How long is a train ride?
I would say it's about.
Probably be about 5-6 hours.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, it's a
How
couple
long?
hours.
Well, actually, if it's going from London to Scotland, that would definitely be about 5-6 hours. If it was a
Yeah,
magical
I mean, even
train.
even with magical speed, they usually show
9
that it's
hours
getting
and 20
dark by they
minutes.
get there.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
Jesus Christ, 9 hours.
Can I do it
Maybe
when
magic speed.
Alexander
Hold on.
goes to the bathroom?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just like he's eventually gonna need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll do
my
it very.
My Tom in the slam taught me to do it. Yes.
Roll
Oh
for
my God.
Constitution, Goose. Roll for Constitution.
Nah, if you
I second this. Roll for Constitution.
Well, no, I don't need to because the thing is, he doesn't suspect anything. So if he needed to go, he'd just go.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Alexander goes to the bathroom. You put tea in his.
Yay! So I don't have to roll sleight of hand, but I accidentally clicked it, so now I have to roll. So
All right. Oh yeah, if you did it while I was there, you definitely wouldn't have beaten that.
I would still have stuffed them into your fucking luggage.
And then I would have just tossed him out the window.
Aww.
Maintaining eye contact, just. Like,
Yeet them out.
Nah, just maintain.
Or land
agree,
right next to that
hugging him
one
now.
kid's wand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Slam taught me to be a coffee man. Just toss it out.
Oh, I totally want to do something real quick. That would be hilarious.
Oh no.
That's always scary.
Oh right, my sister's at Hogwarts now.
Oh shit, our sisters!
Yeah, my sister
It's
too.
their first year!
Oh,
That
my sister's
bitch.
second tier.
Sophie straight up B with Olive, so like...
Oh,
I have no family.
you don't have siblings too?
Oh, actually, yeah. During the ride, Alexander would just hop out of the train ride to go check up on his siblings, because I doubt he's really seen them during the 4 months.
Same,
So-
to be honest. Yeah, I would have gone to go check on Blanca.
Yeah, and as you check on
I
them,
wanna
they're they've
Yeah.
kind of I mean, they're just hanging out with the first years. Also, the first years are back here.
The back.
Yep.
Yay!
Back at the train.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
But you would check on them, and they'd be fine. They're talking with other first years. Katyusha is already in Hogwarts, though.
Second
Yeah.
year.
She's second
Yeah, she's
year.
second
Yeah,
year.
so she would
So
be-
second year would be in one of the train cars, which this train is much longer than what it looks like in the map. By the way,
Yeah.
Everybody fits into 8 compartments.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
only like 12 people go to Hogwarts each year.
yeah. No, this is about like 15 of these long, probably even more, and
Yeah,
then
they
about
learn-
5 of those back ones.
They learned they want to cut down on Dark Wizard. They just gotta make it extra exclusive.
Oh god.
But I would say, yeah,
No
you guys,
more
you guys check on them. They're doing fine. You guys converse and.
Wait, Blanca actually converses with me?
No, not you.
Fuck you.
I don't even know this.
Alma.
What pet Sophie pick, I wonder?
Wait,
What do you
what?
want, Alma?
Just want to make sure nobody was bullying you.
Who's going to bully me?
Really, everyone.
Anyone who speaks to you, bitch.
God, I
Who's
wish
bullying
Olive
me?
was.
You look like a.
Alright.
You sound like.
I can tell you who's annoying me though. It's you.
Alright.
Is this gonna be a Fight Club scenario where Alma just punches
Sophie would just
herself?
have these wide eyes, like, oh my god.
Oh my lord!
My innocent little
Look, look.
Alright, good luck with the magical Nazis then. Bye.
Known as Scotland.
Yeah, okay.
Is that normally what siblings are like?
Yeah.
I'm
She's
happy
just
my
hit.
parents didn't get more than me.
At this time, there's a
She's hit her rebellious stage. She's being a kind of a bitch right now. Plus, I also threatened her that I would tell my dad that she snuck out to an NSYNC concert.
Fuck, listen.
But I didn't. So.
I love how we ended up with like punk, goth, emo, hot topic sister who went to like fucking NSYNC.
just because this would be fucking hilarious. You guys hear a knock on your compartment, and you see a bushy, long-haired Gryffindor.
Feel a rivalry.
Who is this?
And
Who are you?
I look at her. It is now, look up there.
Oh god, this is good. Have fun with this, Olive. Have fun.
Oh my god.
Jane?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. God, it's so weird to be in like her head too. She's so different from Olive. Why is she there though? I know you want to bring her in, but what the fuck she's there
Just
for?
because I want to fuck with you.
As like, see, this is what I was worried about. Like when you talking about we should go meet Malik again. I'm like, oh god, how am I going to play this?
If any of you don't know, this is Owl's character in the one shot that she
Yeah.
played in.
Man, I was so like drugged out of mind that night too.
Hey.
Fucking vaping my steroid.
Hey, at least you managed to stay awake. I passed out during the wizarding duel and just woke up at the
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
end of the session.
I'm just gonna say, you guys converse with Jane. I just thought it'd be fucking hilarious to hear Owl voice two characters at the same time.
I don't know that I can pull it off.
What is Jane?
Jane's my one shot from because I stood in.
No,
for the
I
one shot when he-
know. I know who she is.
oh.
What is she?
Oh. Gryffindor. What would she be?
Muggleborn?
Second year?
She would be.
Oh, Half Blood.
No. Like, is she Gryffindor? What?
Oh,
what
yeah,
house
she's
is
Yeah,
a
she?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alma doesn't
Yeah.
care. Alma's disinterested.
And then all of a
Honestly,
sudden,
she's
Jane
probably
disappears.
there, like, hey, heard you were locked up for the last couple months. She's more into the gossip, and they're both Gryffindors, but yeah.
So you guys all make it to Hogwarts. You get off the train. And you are met by a familiar face. Hagrid. Oh, hello there. It's very nice to see you again.
Yay!
Hi,
Hagrid.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
I actually gotta talk to you later about my Horcrux.
hey there, how's my big
I
fat
forgot
favorite
about
fuck
that.
doing? And I go in to high five him.
You wait and wait.
Alright, then alright, he's
I'm
doing
sorry.
it. I'm just gonna grab.
I slapped the back of Alex's head.
Alright, ignoring that, I'm just gonna grab Hagrid's hand. Alright, so you do this, and then we meet our hands together.
No, I know, but you should really work on your words, Aleksandr.
Then I just spent 4 months in prison.
And I've been in Azkaban.
Oh shit, really? What'd you do?
I love like the instant got one up. It was just like, whoa.
Alexander's like, I've been in juvenile detention. I've been in Azkaban. Wait, what?
Yeah, what'd you
And
do?
now I'm your teacher.
That's a story. I shouldn't have told you that.
Well, all I know is it has to be a lot worse, because I killed a man.
His expression is just like, what the fuck even is this kid? Well, you all should go to the. Go on, get out of here.
I'm so sorry about him, Hagrid. He has
It's
like
fine,
one
it's
brain
fine.
cell.
Yeah.
And it's on vacation.
See you, Hagrid.
Bye.
Yeah, Norman's too busy laughing.
Hey,
You all make
I'm
it to-
sorry. I'm just sad I didn't get a high five from Hagrid.
You called him
called
you
him a
fat
fat
fuck.
Olive pets the Thestrals.
No,
Yes, as you make your way to the carriages, you guys all see the Thestrals.
no. I said.
Do I?
I called him my favorite fat fuck.
Ooh, I bet Ryan.
Ryan
would
made you.
No, I only pushed them into poop water. No one
No,
died.
yeah, you don't see them.
No, she saw them get killed by the fucking. Didn't one of the house elves kill one?
No, the house elf just
No.
transported one to the top and dropped them so that they'd get knocked out. Well, that one hit
Yeah.
his head. He didn't die.
I
They all
thought
got
he-
knocked out.
I
It
thought
was
he
just
set
really
one on
fucking
fire.
cool. No, one of them got knocked out from a sacred flame, or not a sacred
Oh.
flame. Fuck is that wizard? Firebolt. Yeah,
Rainbow?
that doesn't. No, firebolt. So it wasn't like set.
Oh, because
Oh,
they-
okay.
wizards
Yeah.
they have D&D spells. Okay,
Yes, house elves are dope as fuck.
they really are. It's scary.
Yeah,
need to
don't fuck with
find
a
those
house
house
elf.
elves.
You will all die.
Well, they're my
That is
friends.
one of Olive's missions: is to track them down and make sure they're okay after all this nonsense.
So you all
I
make
made
your
it to that.
way back into Hogwarts. A familiar
When you guys walk in through the great hall and you take your seats, and it's this wave of like, I'm glad to be back, but also like,
What the fuck is gonna
Like,
happen
shot-
this
like,
year?
Ah,
Almost
shit. Here we go
stress.
again.
yeah,
We got
exactly.
a literal
What will this year
murderer
bring?
in our school this year. We don't lack.
Yeah, and Alexander, as you're walking through, you watch all of the students, like as you're walking by, are like staring at you.
I'd give them a grin and shoot them finger guns.
And it's not just a couple, it's all of them.
Oh, if it's all of them, then
Wow, he's the one with the wooden leg that killed somebody. I heard he beat death with the wooden leg.
God, I forgot about the leg.
God,
Yeah, as you're walking by, you see them whisper to their friends, and
But if it's actually everyone looking at me, then yeah, I'd actually kind of bend down under the pressure and avert my eyes to the floor.
yeah, it's a little much. And as you sit down, you hear the clacking of heels, and you feel a hand on your shoulder, Alexander. Hello, Alexander.
Could you
And
please
you-
just leave me alone for 5 minutes, Miss Abbott?
Oh. Well, hello, Miss Lowe.
Hello, Professor.
Shit, I
You
got
Miss
it right.
Fidel?
Having a rough
Good
time.
evening.
Mrs. Greenway,
Evening.
Mr. Orstein.
Hello.
Seems your friend is still crabby.
Oh my god.
No, he probably just doesn't like all this attention.
I understand. Well, welcome back.
To another
Yeah.
year of staying out of
Thank
trouble.
you.
Huh.
Yeah, no.
Knowing you five, probably not.
Yeah, no. There's about a
We do our
75%
best.
chance that
Is this
somebody's
gonna be a
get
year of
this year.
additional security? You know, like, is it?
Well, last year's
Yeah.
security wasn't good, so
Yes, we've talked to the ministry. It seems that we will be given more security. However, they are also experiencing their own problems.
Gee, I wonder why.
No
Oh.
idea.
Oh, was that actually sarcasm from you?
It could have been.
So it probably was.
It's very nice to see you all again. Try not to get in too much trouble this year. Alexander. She just looks at you.
Just gonna look her straight in the eyes. I will
Never
bet-
mind.
I will bet you 20 galleons right now somebody tries to snuff one of our lives out.
Alexander.
It's happened twice now.
Well, twice you all also left your common room when you're supposed to be in your common room, and you followed things to other places that put you in danger.
Shelly would have
You've
died.
got a
if-
point.
Yeah, she'd be dead right now.
I'm
First
not saying that you shouldn't have. I'm just saying, under the circumstances, you can't really blame us.
What's with the holy music?
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that there's a pretty good chance that one of us is going to have an attempt on our lives.
Well,
Well-
not under my watch.
Again.
Well, let's just hope for a better year.
Yes. I heard you all get to go to Hogsmeade this year. As third
Yep.
years. I do very much enjoy Hogsmeade.
To be honest, it just sounds pretty dull. What even is there?
No, it does not.
Oh,
It's-
Hogsmeade is a very nice village that you can buy all sorts of stuff and do all sorts of activities.
Oh, well, I've heard that the Scottish are like the Slavs of the British Isles, so... might
Not
be
sure what
too
that
bad.
means.
We don't usually know what he means most of the time.
Lots of drinking and partying.
As we hear a cork in the background pop.
No!
Double toilet trouble.
The chorus, led by Professor Flitwick, starts singing in the background. Almost as like they're practicing. And what we're gonna do now is I will say that all of you whose siblings are new. It's Blanca
And Sophie.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So Sophie would get placed in Hufflepuff.
Yay!
That'd be cool. Okay.
Blanca, however,
Olive is really relieved she can keep an eye on her sister.
you tell me, Alma. Would she be in Ravenclaw or would she be in Slytherin?
She'd hella be a Slytherin.
Yeah. So yeah. Blanca is put into
Good
Slytherin.
luck, Norman.
Alma
I
is
love it.
not surprised.
Olive would like jump up and hug Sophie when she got sorted and make her sit with them.
I'm so happy. I'm in Hufflepuff with you.
Me too. I can keep an eye on you. This school can be
Raimi is happy for Olive that her ears pops out. With that pop! The cork, the pop!
And as you say, I can keep an eye on you. She's like, or I can keep an eye on you.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fair.
Can Alma hear this? Can Alma see that sickening display of affection?
Yes.
She makes gagging sounds and puts her finger in her mouth like. "Eh."
Olive flashes an obscene gesture in her direction.
This isn't from the game, is it?
It's literally the Gwent theme.
Well, changed. So, what will happen now is, you guys would take your normal classes, transfigurations. What I'll do is, we can either do it this session or you can do it next. It doesn't matter. You can spend time learning a spell to add permanently. Based on I'll make, how about this? I'll make a list of spells. No, I'll make a list of spells that you would have possibly learned through transfigurations and charms and all that. Let me think. Do you guys want to go through any of the classes? I mean, obviously, we're about to go through Care of Magical Creatures, since it's a new class. And
Did all of us take it?
Alma,
yeah. I'm just saying,
Alma-
yeah, you all took it.
So you have no choice now.
You took it now.
Fair, what other class would we take? Divination, please. That
Bitch,
class-
Olive's taking it too.
Yeah,
See the cup? Look at the cup.
Look at the cup!
Okay, but like I she's taking it for the cool centaur teacher. So
Isn't Trelawney the divination teacher?
Trelawney may or may
it's
not
possible
be.
they both are. Like the way the thing was written, if Friends goes back to his herd, he gets, straight up murdered. So it's implied that he stays, but never confirmed.
Yeah.
And so like Olive would just be like wide-eyed over the fact that there's a centaur teacher for the last like 2 years, and so excited.
So, yeah, your first week of class go by. You haven't seen Ferenz yet. But again, this is also it'll be like the first 2 weeks. And you have heard that Ferenz and Trelawney do alternate. You all then, on on one of the days that you have the class, make your way down through the courtyard to the grounds, and make your way over to Hagrid's hut. And off to the right is a open area with kind of like fireplace, tree stumps set up. And you see Hagrid standing there. Oh, hello, everybody! Come closer! Come closer! Welcome, everybody, to Care for Magical Creatures. I will be your Professor, Rubius Hagrid. Now, does everyone have their books?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's the same
Would I have my book?
crazy murder books.
Yes, you all have your monster book of
Or
manual.
Or
What the
Monster
fuck is it
Book of
called?
Monsters.
Monster Book of
Monster
Monsters.
Book of
Yeah,
Monsters.
you have the Monster Book of Monsters. Now,
Or, as I like to call it, the Monster Girl Encyclopedia.
Oh, God.
Stop it.
now, if everybody could please turn to page 163. Today we're gonna learn about
Olive
hippogriffs.
raises her hand.
Do we all know how to do it?
Sir, how?
Yes, Mrs. Lowe.
How? She's just got like a belt wrapped around her. It's kind of like that. She never figured that shit out. Like, sir, I'm not really sure how we're supposed
As
to
you're-
actually try and kill us.
As you're opening not you. As you're saying this, one of the students, and you look over, and it's a familiar face, Olive. It is Waldo. And he's going to open it, and he's like, and like, oh no, oh Jesus, oh God. And it's trying to bite him, and you see, oh fuck, what is it, Mr. Fluffers?
Mr. Fizzlenut?
Yes.
No, Mr.
It was like
Fluffers.
Mr. Fluffles or Fluffers.
Yeah, Mr. Fluffles. You see Mr. Fluffles on the ground looking at the book going
Oh my
as he's trying to like and Hagrid's no the spine. You stroke the spine.
That sounds oddly sexual.
They really need to put instructions on these, but she would stroke it.
And Hagrid just goes,
Alexander
"Why?"
sees a challenge, and he's
Oh,
going to
no.
undo the belt and challenge
So,
them to
hold
a
on.
fist fight.
Well, hold on. I need all of you to make animal handling checks at advantage because you know how to calm it. However, Alexander, you may get a disadvantage because you're actively opening the book.
20.
Booyah!
See, I'm
Wow.
cutting that out beforehand, so I don't get 2 nat 20, so I do have to fist fight it. Yeah!
Ooh. So,
Wow.
well, the first thing that happens is this thing bites you,
Alright.
and you
It
take
don't.
2d4. Yeah, you take 4 points of Monster Book of Monsters bite damage.
Oh.
Mr. Arturovich, please, just the spine, please. And you all watch. You all watch as Alexander throws it onto the ground and then stomps on the book, and
No.
you hear.
No, while it's biting me, I just look at it, just JoJo's menacing text, and I just dick it right in the face.
How do you even exist as a person, Alexander? Like, how do you breathe? Do you know how to breathe?
I think he left his brain cell at home, back up in the dorm.
Hey, no, I just
Like, if you stop thinking about it, do you stop breathing?
Can Olive go over there and like save the book and stroke its spine for him?
No. Do I assert my dominance over the book?
It tries to run away from you because you have punched it, and now it's scared. So now you see the book kind of like flopping on the ground, trying to run away.
Oh, oi! Oi, Black, get back here! I just chased
Olive
it.
would try and dive for it first. She'd try and
Can
beat
I
him.
trip
Make an
him?
athletics check. Both,
Can I trip-
Okay,
Fuck no.
Alma, make a strength check, and then I'll make an athletics check to jump on this thing. Nice.
Fuck yeah! Finally.
Oh, shit.
Make a strength saving throw, Alexander.
Oh, wait, no, that was a strength saving throw.
Alright. 13.
Fuck.
You need to make a strength check, Alma. Wow, Alexander, you're like, come here, and Alma just puts her foot out, and you trip and fall on your face. Olive, you actually jump onto the book, and it's like you're trying to like get it together, and then you stroke its spine and just like chills out, stops moving. And Haggard's just got his hands on his hips.
He hands him his book.
Haggard just has his hands on his hips, like, well, that escalated quickly.
He does that.
Would I get my book back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like Olive.
No, don't give it back to him.
Alright, so I take it and then I.
Well,
Don't give it back to him.
Olive.
Bring it
Olive.
close to
I
my
already
face.
said that Olive gave it back to him
I
while
just-
glaring at him.
I just bring
for
it
being
back
a
to
dick
my
to his
face
book.
and just whisper. Now you know who's boss. You bind. You scholastic.
Yeah, it knows that I'm
shit.
boss.
No, I'm the one who just straight up punched it.
But
So
I dominated it.
you see Haggard clap his hands. All right, now that you're on that page, today we're going to learn about hippogriffs.
Olive just gasped, like,
And you see him he puts two fingers to his lips, and you hear a whistle, and then you guys wait for like a good 3 minutes. You're just looking around, like, what's going on? And then you hear,
I start petting my heart.
and you see a half eagle and horse with wings fly down and land next to him. Everyone, I'd like to formally introduce you to Buckbeak.
Oh my god.
I'm
And,
so excited her ears pops out.
Olive is just like, this is the best fucking day of her life right now.
It's majestic.
She wants to pet it so bad, she's just like kind of like vibrating in place. She's having to like contain herself. She's just like, it's so cute.
It's a lean, mean killing machine.
So,
No,
looks
it's
like-
not.
It looks like the platypus of the animal of the magical world.
You, Alex. Shh.
so he goes over what the hippogriff is, and you guys can all make animal handling checks.
Alright, time to make Alexander Draco Malfoy.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Oh.
boy. Alright.
Oh, Remy's gonna die.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Alex just straight up slaps it.
I tried to assert my dominance again.
Oh my god.
Please don't.
I just rip off my shirt. Come at me, you big fuck.
So,
Not really.
Alma, you get to pet the hippogriff. It lets you pet it. Olive,
You are majestic. You are the most beautiful creature in the whole wide world.
Olive, you also get to pet it.
Yes.
Norman, as you get
She's
close,
just like petting it and just like.
Norman, as you get close, you forget to bow. And Haggard's like, step back, Mr. Orstein, step back. Raime, you are so excited that you just like walk quickly up to it.
Oh my
Um,
god.
And Haggard gets between you and Buckbeak, and Buckbeak is not having any of what's going on. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Greenway. He's a little touchy today. If you just stand over there."
He can smell the fox in you.
Alexander,
Her ears just loops down sadly. She's
I get the I must show respect to it thing, so I just gotta walk up and just wave to it. Yo.
Yo!
Oh my god.
pulling a classic Draco mouth boy.
Nah, I just go like, yo, what's up, my dude?
As make a dexterity saving throw.
Fun. And then I die. Oh,
Okay. You watch as it tries to hit you with its wing, kind of like knock you down, and you like duck under, and Haggard's like, "Oh no, Buckbeak, no, Buckbeak," and he takes the ferret that he has like a line, like a rope of ferrets on his around his neck, and he takes one, he throws it over in the distance. Well, it seems that Buckbeak's had enough for today. That will be our lesson. Oh, I almost forgot. Each of you are going to have to take care of a flubberworm.
What the hell is a flubberworm?
Can I just take care of my horclumps?
Sorry, Miss Vidal. It's part of the curriculum. And a flobberworm.
Okay.
Is it anything like a bobbit worm?
It has two ends that are exactly the same. You can't tell where the heads are, and it's just a gross worm.
Oh, so it's a cat dog.
Basically. Kind of looks like this.
It's basically a giant maggot.
Oh, God, just looking at that thing makes me want to puke.
A flobberworm is a herbivorous 10-inch toothless brown magical worm which eats mainly lettuce and cabbage. And Haggard does go over that you have to feed this thing every day. And if you forget, you'll be marked off. So that'll be our class for today. I will see you.
Any particular plants it has to eat?
Lettuce and cabbage.
Does grass
I mean,
count
it
as
does at
lettuce?
least exude a potion ingredient.
Let's keep it to lettuce and cabbage.
Right.
You know, we get to the end of the year and Alma has an army of omnivorous flabberworms now.
And before everyone leaves, you five, can I have a talk with ya?
Do we have to?
Okay.
I have been told by the Ministry of Magic, well, one, Miss Alma, you are to check in with me every so often about your horclumps.
Yeah, I flash him my horclumps.
Sounds dirty.
Hello there.
Oh,
Oh
God,
my god, that does sound terrible.
His response to it made it sound even worse.
Oh my god!
Ooh, slippery slope.
Oh my god! Oh motherfucker!
Oh, well,
All right, stop dying.
It's his
Also,
fault.
I have been tasked by the Ministry, since you are going to Hogsmeade tomorrow, that you are to talk with two of the shopkeepers there. They've been having some trouble with some creatures, if you don't mind taking care of them.
Why can't the villagers take care of their own problems? Why do they have to
Oh my
hire-
god, Alex.
Why do they have
What
to
kind
hire-
of creatures?
Wait, Haggard,
Like,
quick question.
stuff
When you mean take care of them, you mean take care of them is like doing like a petting motion? Or do you mean he's like, like Ron comes out of his sleep, take care of them?
He holds both his hands up, like, no, do not kill them. Do not kill them. I want you to talk to them and see what the problem is. Maybe I can help them. Not sure,
right.
but the ministry
farmer.
said you five need something to preoccupy yourselves with. Oh, I thought maybe this will be the best thing to do.
Yeah. So side quests.
Yes, kind of like
the
side quests.
Okay, so the main quest. Okay, so do we get experience or something for doing this?
What are you talking
Well, I mean,
Level
we're
up
working
is
with animals, so I guess it helps
Extra
with...
credit.
Yeah.
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 Extra credit.
Yes, you'd all get extra credit.
Oh yes, I forgot. I never introduced any of you to that game.
What game?
Yeah, you did. You. Oh, you said over the summer.
Oh yeah. Well,
Until I went to jail.
I never introduced.
No.
my
Over
name.
the summer first year.
Oh,
Yeah, but that wasn't
Oh.
when Raime was around.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
referencing Dungeons and Dragons.
Huh.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
If I still had the pieces and all the books.
For nerds.
Yeah, I completely forgot to bring the books with me this time.
Oh, that sucks.
Also, by the way, how is Kantos doing?
Mentos.
I don't remember who that is, but I recognize that name.
Make a history check.
It sounds familiar,
Who?
but I don't.
Should we all do it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like,
I assume
Hey.
I don't because I don't
Yikes.
recognize.
Nope, Rame wouldn't know.
Alright. But was it something like Thieves' Cant?
Nope.
Oh, I remember now.
If you remember, Alexander, you remember.
that's-
It's the giant spider.
Oh yeah, the spider that tried to kill us.
Oh yeah, that douchebag
That
spider.
dick.
Sorry about
I
him.
would just be like, yeah,
Well,
about that.
I really hate to say this, but if I was allowed to carry my wand off Hogwarts grounds, I would go to the woods again just to cut off each and every one of his legs.
This is why they took your wand away, Alex.
It's a spider,
I see.
and that tried to eat us.
Well,
I
spiders
agree
are
with
kind
you,
of like,
yeah.
they're kind of misunderstood creatures. I understand that.
No,
No, I
No.
understand perfectly.
Well, yeah.
He
Professor,
did-
no.
Kantos isn't as nice as Aragog was.
There. How many of them are there?
Well, Aragog was his father, and he's kind of taking up the reins. He doesn't like me much. I can't really go near the
What?
forest
Wait, why not?
near him.
There's, the what?
Even I like you.
Well, it's kind of like a you weren't there for my father kind of thing.
But
Professor,
his father was
did-
a spider.
Were they your pets?
Oh.
Well, no,
You're-
and yes.
You're not. Acromantulas don't make pets. My book said so,
Oh well.
and they tried to eat us.
Well, your books also say that you shouldn't be friends with the hippogriff, but Buckbeak and I are great.
To be fair, he did try to attack 3 of us.
Ha! You should have met Fluffy.
Fluffy.
That sounds like an awesome name. Who's Fluffy?
I am pretty
Oh.
sure it was a dragon.
Shouldn't have told you that.
Wait, hold on. And I'm holding up the timeout. Just wait. You actually had a pit dragon.
No, he wasn't a dragon. He was a 3-headed dog.
Oh, so wait.
I want a 3-headed dog.
Wait, those exist?
I'm gonna narrow my eyes at him. So, are you Hades?
I'm not sure who Hades is.
Wait, no.
but
No.
No, I'm Hagrid.
Wait, no. You're massive.
Damn, I
Your
missed
name-
my opening
your
to
name
have
starts with
hippogriff
H.
knowledge.
You're Hercules. Wait, no. Honey, I mean Hercules.
Oh my god.
Wow. Just wow, dude. Just a big old wow there. dude.
You thought
Wow.
prison would change him?
Wow.
You actually
So-
thought prison would change him.
Nope.
It made him less emo, but I kind of miss that, Alex.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sure whatever creatures Hagrid had is just misunderstood. I mean, the books I read about, like, what my mother is, they're very much off as well.
Yeah, you just have to get to know the creature and know how to talk with it and care for it, and you can make any creature a pet, really. Except maybe dragons.
No.
What about a Nindu?
Oh, yeah, maybe not those either. They're quite nasty.
What about a basilisk?
Oh, probably not them either.
What about a Kikimora?
Probably not that either.
A Bruxa?
What about an acromantula?
Oh yeah, you could definitely make one of those your pet until they get of big enough size, and then
That's
try
not
to
a
stay out of their
no.
way.
Wait, Hagrid, I have a question.
Yes.
Aragog, was that a male spider?
Yes.
He said he was his father.
How did he have children?
Oh boy, I'm not sure if I'm qualified to have this talk with you.
No. No, I know the talk, but
He's trying to like dodge the question. Like,
there-
oh no.
No. Were there other spiders
Professor
in the
Hagrid,
woods? Or did
are
you have-
there lady spiders in there too?
Well, there's all kinds of spiders in there.
Well, I mean, in the animal kingdom, isn't the female creature usually like way bigger than the male one?
Ugh.
Meaner?
Oh
Ugh,
my
yeah.
god.
Well, at least whatever it is, we can at least know for certain that it's not a Black Widow.
Oh my god.
Why
Yes,
would
that
you
is
say
the
that?
one thing
Why
we
would-
rule out?
Why would you tempt fate like that?
I've known a Black Widow before. Her name was Scarlet.
Hey. Oh god. Hey, Vivi,
Terrible.
Vivi,
We're gonna
You are
be late to
terrible.
our next class.
Hey, Vivi, did you not get the pun I was going for?
Yeah,
Oh, so you got it?
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Oh, but before you leave, make sure when you're at Hogsmeade tomorrow to talk to Caitlin Darkdraft. She's the farmer there.
Wait, what was that last name again?
Darkdraft.
Dark Giraffe?
Yeah, she's been having some problem with her cat Olin.
Oh, Dark Draft. I thought you said Dark Giraffe.
Oh, sorry, my accent's a little.
What shop does she
Oh,
have?
she's not part of the shop. She's one of the farmers there in Hogsmeade.
Oh, okay.
She tends to some of
was
the
her
cows
cat's
and.
name?
I'm sorry.
What was her cat's name?
She didn't have a cat? Her name was
Yeah, are we
Catherine.
checking up on her cat? What are we checking
No.
up on?
Cattle. As in
Cattle.
cows.
She's having
Okay,
animal
fine.
problems.
Okay, we were all talking, and
Oh, I completely understand.
see, Olive is scribbling this down in the notebook, though it would look like any notebook to somebody who doesn't know, but it's one of their notebooks.
Well, I'll see you next class. I've got to go feed Fang and tend to
Who's Fang?
the grounds.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, Frank is the dog, right?
yeah.
Oh, never mind then. I forgot.
We
completely
met
forgot.
Fang, right?
Yeah, you
we
all
met
met
him because we can.
Fang.
Oh, Fang.
Well, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Hi, Hagrid.
Hi.
Oh, God.
Boy, I sure can't wait to have multiple meaningful conversations with Hagrid.
Long and very detailed.
Fuck my throat. Jesus.
It's like, boy, all the prolific things we're gonna say to Hagrid when we get back from doing this.
We're gonna give him all the details and need more
So-
details about these cattle.
Care for Magical Creatures was your last. I can't fucking think. Oh my god, class of the day. And tomorrow you know that you go to Hogsmeade.
It's me.
Did you guys want to do anything before you go to Hogsmeade? Alexander, however, you all had to have a permission slip filled out. Alexander spilled ink all over his permission slip.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I forgot about that.
And doesn't have.
I would have just turned it in with all the ink spilled on it. And just said, yeah, my father's a bit of a drunk.
Work for Wizard Man.
I mean,
Anything can be a signature.
Hold on, Mr. Artorovich.
she's illiterate.
And all of you
very
do give it to Professor Abbott. She takes her wand out and does a motion, and you watch as the ink on the paper, all of the it just kind of like dries up. And she then waves her wand, and you see a signature.
Did you just erase my father's signature and add your own?
No.
Oh wait, is it my dad's signature, quote unquote?
It is your dad's signature, but to the point where you can't really read it. It's like a doctor's signature.
Oh. I didn't realize my dad was a doctor.
We'll keep this one between us, Mr. Arturovich.
I literally don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on our trip to Hogsmeade.
Alright.
I'm excited.
Mr. Arturovich,
Yeah?
your wand, please.
Oh yeah, and I hand her my wand.
Thank you. All right. Good night, Mr. Arturovich.
Alright.
And you all give your permission slips to Professor Abbott, as she is the chaperone. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Norman's gonna be out in the courtyard practicing spell slinging.
How far away from Hogwarts or from the Hogwarts grounds would Alma have to be to practice her apparition?
Here, let me. Pretty damn far. Let me show you this thing that I found. So, this is the surrounding area. Hogsmeade is up and to the left. That black. That's a wall. That surrounds Hogwarts.
Back.
Now you
So-
can-
Ooh, we have a map now.
Yism. You are here. So, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Yeah, Norman's gonna be somewhere around here practicing his spell slinging against some targets and stuff.
Okay. Make some attack rolls.
Yeah, it's gonna be practicing on how to cast spells without making any signs of him casting them.
Okay, make some sleight of hand rolls. Okay. Make. Okay. Yeah, so you start to get the hang of. At first, you're so used to casting the spell, doing the motions, and saying the words. You're trying to do it without saying the words. Was it?
Yeah, I mean he's basically just using his stuff. Where it is, that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you practice it for a little bit. You're starting to get the hang of it, but you're not trained in it, as this is the beginning of your training, obviously, with it. It's kind of hard to get the grasp of it, but you're starting to get there.
And then after that, he's just gonna practice on using both of his wands at the same time to cast spells.
Okay. At the same time.
Yeah, that basically. Just doing that. That's the reason he wanted the second wand. It's just like, so he has an excuse to do that.
More current level.
Everyone else just wanted a second wand because they're just pompous and wanted extra stuff.
I didn't even want-
Olive is not inviting that bad luck into her life. She's stuck with one wand.
Even though she's the one who probably needs it most.
Probably.
So does this just let you cast 2 spells at one time?
No, it's the same spell, but it's like, it's getting doubled.
Mm.
And it can only be spells that don't already... Like, it has to be a spell that doesn't already target multiple things. So it can't be an AoE spell.
Gotcha.
Or a spell that does like 3 attacks and it lets you spam those attacks between different things. It has to be a single target, one spell that you can choose to make it double and hit, like split and hit 2 things.
So
Okay.
not Sectum Sempra, which gives you 3
Yeah, like
Okay,
Sectum Sempra, arrow shooting spell, any AoE that does like an explosion. So basically, like things like Stupefy, I can do that and like split that onto 2 people. Like it's technically me casting Stupefy twice, but it's one.
Right. Okay.
And that's the reason he's like, Serpent Tortilla. I was like, oh, okay, I can shoot 2 snakes at 2 people.
Yeah, you practice it. You're getting pretty good at it. Anyone else have anything they want to do?
Yeah, Alma wants to be in the greenhouse, taking care of her horcrux and practicing her halo of spores.
Okay.
And I want to breed them. I want to see if I can get them to breeding and get their diet just right.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Fuck!
They are still being very stingy, as they had enjoyed their mostly meat-based diet, and you're trying to change it up. And at the same time, you're trying to breed them while you're changing their diet. They're like, no, stop! Give us back the other diet.
The good shit! Give us the good shit! You're dying!
They're not dying. It's just they're being stubborn at this point. UD, make a herbology check because you had quite a bit of plants that Professor Sprout had taken care of while you were gone. Nice. Holy shit. I don't remember what were all the plants.
I had
The vitality plant.
Yeah. I had
Firebush seeds?
Yeah, fire seed bush and Gumvictus.
What does the Gumvictus do again? I forget.
You can smash it and becomes glue.
Okay. So you'd be able to get a greater healing potion's worth from your plant, your vitality plant. You would also be able to get 2 uses of the Gumvictus plant. And then the firebush, I don't remember what the firebush even does.
You can make fire breathing potion.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would get 1 use of the fire breathing potion.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, is that all you want to do?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go with Raime.
Yeah. Raima's gonna use her poo sweets that she got. And even though we haven't role played it and such, I'm pretty sure there's still people around that makes weird comments about Raima not being being what she is with her ears and all of that.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna friendly offer them some sweet.
Oh my god.
Make
Yes.
Joke's on you! It was rat poison!
make a persuasion check.
Wouldn't it
see-
be deception because she would say oh, it's just normal sweets.
Well, no, you're trying to persuade them to, hey, do you want some of this candy I got? I have enough to go around. I have enough, for. I just opened my pack of gum in class. You want some?
It does not happen that way. It's more like opens pack of gum, everyone's hand held out towards you.
Drag dealer.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Persuasion. No, I
are
don't
able
have
to. All of the people who have made, not all of them, but 5 or 6 people that have made fun of you, actually take the candy from you. And kind of like a I deserve this piece of candy because I'm better kind of way.
Yeah.
And
You just smile sweetly to them.
and you just wait for the results.
Yep.
Anything else you doing?
Nah, I think she's happy with that. And
Okay.
she's just gonna spend the evening time to taking care of Rin and the worm that was given.
Ah, someone remembered.
That's Olive's plans, yep.
Wait, what
Yeah.
happened?
remembered the worm and to
Yeah.
take care of.
Oh
She
shit!
places, yeah, she
He's gonna
places
die.
the worm. She places the worm in Rin's terrarium because Rin is always with her anyway.
Uh-huh.
So she places the worm in that terrarium and like feed it and really take care of it
Well,
a lot.
so the problem with that is the worms have to stay down with Hagrid. They have
Oh,
their own little place in like the greenhouse almost.
okay.
Wait, if I'm in the greenhouse, I would have been able to feed them there. I would have seen it.
There's different greenhouses. Your stuff is in like this one. They are in like the far left one.
Fuck.
Closer to the hut.
Alright. Then she just goes down there, takes care of hers, and really makes sure it's being nice and fed and everything.
All you see and hear is this worm just.
Oh, that's so gross.
Like, it's just gross, flabby flower worm.
Eh.
Is that all you're doing?
Yeah, then Rin
Of course,
then
you'd be able to.
Raime goes back to the Hufflepuff common room and takes care of Rin and like plays with him.
Okay, Olive.
So, Olive is going to take care of her flabberworm, and she's
Mhm.
going to introduce Sprinkles to the flabberworm, but carefully. Because Sprinkles is always hiding in his bag. No!
All you
Sprinkles
hear
always
is the
her bag for,
flabberworm
like,
just.
Can Olive harvest, like, scoop up a little bit of flabberworm mucus? Because it's a potion ingredient.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can. And as you go, you hear.
I don't know what potion it's good for, but apparently it's a potion ingredient. She's not too grossed out. I mean, it's still gross, but she's just kind of like, okay. She likes creatures. She likes like
I
all
love that meme.
except
That meme's
spiders.
great.
That's
Oh my God.
Which one of you shit in the toilet? Disgusting!
Who of you that had to flush a fucking toilet? It wasn't me! Disgusting!
Are you doing anything else, Olive?
Yeah, she would check on her sister. Like, I mean, I know it's been a couple days and all that, so she's like probably checks on her every single day and probably actually kind of annoys her now. But just checks in with her. Hey, how are classes going? Do you want to come see my flabberworm? Which Sophie's probably just like, no, thank
Sorry,
you.
Jesus.
Gross.
Have you seen any weird lights at night that try to entice you into the darkness?
That's really what, like, Olive and Sophie have always been.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Olive and Sophie's always been really close, but Olive isn't normally this like suffocating about it. But she's just like, I don't need you to die. Everybody tries to kill us. Now you're here.
Yes,
like,
they
she's
went into the forbidden
very
forest and
worried
we fought a
something's gonna happen.
spider.
Wait,
Right.
what?
No.
Stay away from spiders and glowing lights, and just kind of just stay in your dorm and
Yeah,
bang
you'd be able
the
to.
door every night. But yeah, she'd just check in on her sister and say hi to her sister's friends. She's undoubtedly making, and she's
Okay.
been very friendly third year to all the first years. That's probably all she really does. I mean, she'd just kind of read her books and play with Sprinkles and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Alexander. What are you doing?
Alright. Well, during part of my summer, I did it because, just to explain for the Hexblade, he decided that, well, I'm probably going to lose my wand, so I'm probably going to have to fight in some other medieval fashion. So he's going to look around for the closest stick that... a stick that he can find that's closest to a saber.
Okay, make an investigation check. Which, by the way, this is all happening, like, this is the night before Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
It's not like a week.
Yeah,
It's like,
fuck.
I just like the reaction. The reaction is like, fuck. You find a stick that looks like a saber.
Yeah, but it's one of those dead woods where the moment I swing it's gonna snap in half.
It looks sturdy enough.
Alright.
We now have extra wands among us.
Oh, shit.
Alright. But yeah, then I just wanted to spend the
just
rest
saying.
of my free time this kind of fencing and how we decided to study while I was training. Just kind of
Okay.
stand there, smacking imaginary.
No, you're just gonna be out there in the field with Norman?
Nah, he's on his own, not without any
It's like-
targets.
It's like, you sure, Alexander? I could try to fire some spells at you. You could learn to dodge.
I would probably end up smacking you, and I don't want to get into trouble.
See how good that stupid breastplate is?
So yeah, you do some fencing, you do some good old swordsmanship shit, and I'll say that as you all do this, you find rest and wake up in the morning, bright and early, going downstairs into the courtyard to meet Professor Abbott and the other students, and you guys board the I think it's still the Hogwarts Express. Honestly, I don't remember. It's a train. You take a train.
I thought we just walked to Hogsmeade.
They just watched the
Yeah.
There's a train that's Hogsmeade Station. There's a train that goes there.
Yeah, but the thing is,
No,
when
but
we come
they
in
just
from
walked to
Hogsmeade
Hogsmeade.
Station, and then we go across the lake on the boat to the school.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
From
Okay.
here, we can just walk.
Yeah, you guys walk to Hogsmeade. Now, there's 2 sections of Hogsmeade. I'm going to show you the entire map of it.
Holy shit!
It's not a village. That is a complete city.
Yeah, they've added on too. However,
Okay.
Just
hold
a little?
Hold up. That's not just a little. Like, in the movies, you could see that it was just that street right there. Just
no, yeah, you guys are here. But, for the sake of, a campaign and
Christ
being able
almighty.
to do shit.
I was just annoyed.
Hogsmeade has fucking slums.
I was just annoyed because I clicked the wrong button and I accidentally smeared paint all over the map.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I meant to do the rule and I was like,
So you guys are here. You got... Oh, I see that.
I meant to do a ruler.
So you guys walk through right here. What would you like to do? You actually, as you walk through an archway, and the archway has the symbol of a hog dangling from the archway, and it says Hogsmeade. And as you walk through, you see a fountain in the middle, surrounded by tall, very village-like buildings with chimneys that don't look like they should be standing anymore. They're kind of like almost tilting in some ways. Most of the buildings actually look exactly the same. They're different sizes. However, they're all kind of styled the same. You see a couple shops in the distance. You see Dervish and Bangs, magical equipment, Gladrag's wizard wear, Honeyduke's sweet shop, Madam Put-a-Foot's tea shop, Scrivenshaft's quill shop, the Three Broomsticks, and Weasley's wizard wheezes. And it's much different than, because Diagon Alley you've been to for shopping. This is completely different. This is an entire wizarding village that you now have access to and can come to whenever you'd like. Of course, as long as you keep going to school.
On the
So-
weekend.
Yeah. So, what would you like to do?
I want to
Herbology cup.
Raime wants to check out the bullies that she fed the sweet jet and see if they don't look well.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Olive is going with her to watch because she's invested in this. She's like, this is brilliant.
Yeah, you see, you see your bullies. They're grabbing their stomachs. They're like, oh, my stomach hurts. And Professor Abbott's just like, Are you feeling okay? Oh, it hurts so bad. Maybe you should head back to Madame Pomfrey at Hogwarts and get checked up. But I want to be here at Hogsmeade. You do not look too good. One of the other professors, Professor Sprout, please take them back. And Professor Sprout takes them back, and he watches all your bullies are escorted away.
Olive and Rive just like giggling and trying to hide it.
Yes.
So, what would you guys like to do? You're at Hogsmeade.
Immediately go to Caitlin's farm to do what Hagrid asked me.
It's like, oh shit, we had a mission.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I want to go to the music shop.
Yeah,
Where's Kate?
we're going shopping, bitch.
Yeah, I'll just go do the job. I literally have no money, so
I can pay for you.
So, well, the first thing is,
I don't take
You
handouts.
you say you go to Caitlin's farm. However, Hagrid never told you where it was, so you don't know where the farm is.
I'm just gonna go asking around. Hey, look, could you tell me where to find Caitlin's farm?
Oh, yeah. This is going to be. You keep going down Main Street, and you make a left at Honeydukes, and you go down that road, and you keep going, and you'll see in the distance, you'll see a nice little cottage, and a little pumpkin patch, and then a big little fence with a little. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. I just need the directions, not how good of a building it was or real estate value. I just needed to know.
Oh well, that's very rude. I was only trying to help. And this middle-aged witch just and turns around and walks away.
I'm sorry. He's very rude.
As she turns around, I just
Yeah, we're calling after her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she just leaves. I'm just gonna call after her. Maybe one of your 50 cats will reassure the pain I just gave you.
Oh my god,
Alex.
Alex.
He's a horrible person. I don't know what you all expect.
We at least expect a little bit of decency.
Expect you to learn, I don't know, maybe grown a brain cell in prison.
Expected you to
Olive is just like
I expected you to come
really
up with a
understanding by Norman, just straight up.
Alma's
Yeah,
not
he's an
he's going
acquaintance.
into the herbology shop.
Okay. As you walk into Dogweed and Death Caps, I believe.
Yes.
You see a front-facing store with two cylindrical windows that kind of go up the side. What's the word? They're on either side of the door, and they go up. You walk in, and you see multiple different plants, beautiful flowers in the window. You see kind of like a cactus that's kind of like moving on its own, and it kind of has eyes.
Oh my god, I want it.
As you walk in, you are greeted with the smell of fresh flowers and almost like cut grass. Oh, hello there! And you see this little tiny witch with like almost looks like gardening attire. With little yellow rain boots.
Oh my god.
Can I help you?
Can I live here?
I'm sorry, we don't have a house here.
Do you have any leaping toadstools?
Oh, leaping toadstools. Let me see. Yes, we have some.
I want to get some.
Hold on. How much would you like?
How much fit in a growing pot? Like a shrinking pot, I mean.
Oh, you could probably fit about 3 to 4 toadstools. They're pretty big.
Alright, I'll get the 3.
Okay, they're going to be 1 galleon each.
Yes. Okay.
And you get this, you see pluck out some toadstools, and she puts them in a pot, but then puts the pot in like a cage, and hands it to you. As the name says, they do leap, so you kind of want to keep them in the cage as you transport them, because they could leap away from you.
Yes, thank you so much. Very smart.
No problem. Can I help you with anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. And I go out and I'm like, look at my new mushrooms.
Olive would be like, ooh, because they're nearly a magical creature.
You see some dude sitting at a table off in like kind of like 5 feet from you. They look great.
What did he say?
They look great.
They look great.
They are.
He just goes back to drinking his beer.
I show them to my Horcrux. Look, guys, I got you some friends.
That sounded very creepy.
And your Horcrux are kind of a mixture of excited and like, what do you mean, friends? I thought we were your friends.
I know, babies, you're my friends, but I got you some friends too. And then I'll follow everyone to wherever they need to go, and then to the farm.
To the music store!
Olive, by the way, is tagging along to every store. She's just like fascinated by this whole.
Yeah, so you make your way into Dominic's Maestro's music shop. And as you're walking towards it, you see like this brick building and cylindrical red window sills. As you walk in, you hear beautiful music from a violin that is held aloft in the air, playing music by itself. No one touching it.
Well, that's just cheating.
It's not cheating if you know how to do it.
Magic.
Can I help you?
What kind of violas do you have?
What type of viola are you looking for?
Well, anything you have, really. I mean, I still love mine, but it's always good to see new instruments and new types.
Well, we have this one, and he starts pulling out all these violas. One's kind of like a standard, like, redwood viola. Another one's kind of like a darker, black, almost. One has, like, really cool, like, almost, you know that engraving they do that's, like, leaves and stuff into wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that around the edges. Are you looking for like a self-playing viola, or are you looking for just these?
No self-playing. That goes against everything that I've been working for.
Well, you're a wizard, aren't you?
Oh yes, but I'm not a talentless hack.
Oh my god!
Shots fired.
Alma, her eyes go wide and she grins. She's just like, oh my god.
Olive just like clapped her hand over her mouth.
The
Like,
gentleman looks at you
my
and he
God.
says, "Well, first of all, there, young lad. It's hard to play with a full band if you don't have a band yourself. So I usually make my instruments play with me."
You do know that Muggles have a thing called a one-man band, and they play all the instruments themselves.
Really?
Yes. Oh my god, Norman. It is the best thing.
Do you want a viola or not? It's starting to really irritate me.
No, I don't care for these. Tell me more about this band thing.
Oh, shoot! Get out of my shop! Out! Get out! All of you!
Raymond wants
I didn't even get to
wants to
look
talk
at the
to him.
pianos.
Yeah, Raymond has a legit question.
Damn it, Norman.
Were you standing with them?
Not
definitely
after he
would.
said that thing, she would sneak away.
Well, he shoos them out. You with the glasses and red hair, get out! And you with the, I don't even, get out of my shop!
Jonathan forgets how to describe us conveniently.
Well, first
You
of all,
with
Alma's
the
black
face
and
and
white
the
picture
body.
is really fucking me up right now. He's got no color at all.
You with the outline.
Pencil sketch.
You-
Like you with the well-crafted pencil sketch. Yes, it's perfect.
So,
You
Riley,
with-
you go up to the. Go up to him.
yeah.
You with the distinct outline.
Well, Ryvig walks up to him and is like, well, do you have foreign instruments? Like a Japanese koto?
No, sorry about that. We only have things accustomed to the land.
Aw, boring.
Sorry.
Okay, bye! And then she turns away and goes.
Boring. Bye. Peace out, dude.
Alma tells Norman all about one-man bands.
One man bands. Okay, you tell him all about how one man is a band.
Do you know what a one-man band is?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, I know what a one man band is.
Okay. They're fucking awesome.
Have you ever heard of the balalaika?
The what now?
The balalaika, yeah.
It's
The balaklava.
it's a Russian banjo.
No.
So
Okay,
what else do you guys
but
like to do?
you could be a one-man band using a balalaika. So,
Yeah. This is true.
Everyone, hold on. Everyone make perception checks. Everybody.
Oh great, it's a dragon attack.
Oh,
wait, I get plus five.
Poor Raime.
I get plus 5.
Oh yeah, 25.
Nice. 8.
I
He's
see
13.
through. I see through reality.
So Olive and Alexander, you both,
Add +5 to your perception.
huh?
Jane, she gets +5 on her things, but it's not adding. She can add that in the gear section if it's
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time.
Wait, how does she get
I'm gonna-
+5 to her
I'm gonna-
perception?
Because I
That's how
have
I ended up with the
observant.
double insight.
That's,
I had to fix
that's
it.
passive perception.
Oh, wouldn't that fit?
No.
Fuck, okay. Then yeah,
Actually-
it's an 8.
Yeah, it's fine. What's your passive perception?
10.
Okay, well,
Oh, 15.
It would have been 15.
well, the DC is kind of high. So Olive and Alexander, well, Olive, you overhear somewhat of a conversation between a witch and a wizard. The witch has her hand around the wizard's arm, as if they're a married couple, and she's talking to him. And you hear the words, "Shrieking Shack," shrieking again. But Alexander, you hear the entire conversation as they're walking by. She says, "Honey, have you heard that they're saying the Shrieking Shack started shrieking again? I thought that it had stopped for a couple years now." "Oh, that's impossible."
I'm gonna stop in my tracks. Shrieking Shack? What's that?
"Oh, you haven't heard of the Shrieking Shack? It's right around up the road over there, and it's a very old abandoned shack that most people just don't go around. It's very creepy."
Huh. Now, you know, I know exactly what's here because I saw what you rolled, but Alexander doesn't. Huh. Neat. And he's gonna head straight towards it.
"Oh, you probably shouldn't."
Why
"Oh
not?
dear."
do we notice him? Like,
Yeah,
leave?
you don't notice. Yeah, Alexander just starts
Alexander, where are you going?
walking off this way.
The Shrieking Shack!
What the hell is the Shrieking Shack?
It's a shack that shrieks. What else do you think it is?
Raime rushes over after him.
Oh no. And I thought we were going to stay out of trouble this year.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Did you really think that? I
mean,
think any of us
at
thought that. I mean, we knew we'd try, but
Hey now.
This isn't trying, we're walking right into it.
Hey,
that's a good point.
Norman, listen to me. It was going to happen either way, so let's just embrace it.
Let's just embrace it.
We're all gonna die.
It's like
Probably.
we're some kind of main characters.
Olive requests that she managed to get, right? Olive requests that she managed to hit Honeydukes before all this nonsense.
Huh?
Olive
what?
requests that she was able to get to Honeydukes before this nonsense. She just wants to go back to the school with more candy.
She want candy, sugar
You can pick up some candy at Honeydukes for about.
She just hits like all these random shops. She's just very enthralled, but she would get candy too at one point. So
Right.
until they get distracted.
Yeah, so you guys make up your way. Oh, I'm trying to find shit. What would be the word for like wood that's bending to get sound effect of it?
Wood that's creaking?
Creek, yeah.
Creaking wood. Sound
Maybe
effect.
groaning.
Owning?
Yeah, but it'll be creaking.
I
Oh,
really,
this is perfect,
I
actually.
really wanted Jonathan to look up moaning wood.
Nope. So, as you guys go up, you see in the distance, you see a tall, almost 3-story shack that is holes in each of the sides, and almost what looks like a tree has like overtaken it. There's like vines that go inside of it, and you see that it's actually swaying back and forth. And as you get closer, you start to hear.
Can I tell if the vines are sentient?
Yeah, you can make a nature check. It doesn't look like they're moving.
But the house is moving?
The house is moving. It's swaying back and forth.
How is the house still standing? It looks like it's about to fall over.
Maybe the vines are keeping it together.
Maybe it's magic.
Or maybe it's magic. I hate that answer to everything, honestly. And this is Alma talking.
Yeah, I know.
What is this weird impossible thing happening? Maybe it's magic, obviously.
Yeah,
Are you guys approaching the shrieking shack?
I'd approach it, yeah.
Yeah, Raime's right behind him.
Alma is not. She's just like,
Yeah,
that looks like
no.
it's gonna fall over.
Alright, I'm just gonna turn.
Olive will
wait,
get
wait, hold on.
close-ish, but not like right up.
Wait,
right up
why,
to it or
why are you right
anything.
behind me?
I wanna take a look as well.
Alright, well, I guess I'll be your meat shield.
That's not what I wanted. It just does the bubble stuff.
So are you guys going to the front of it?
I'd be going right up to it. I heard it was shrieking. I want to hear the shrieking.
Should
So
we knock
go
on the
ahead and
door?
go ahead and put your tokens on the map.
I can't see anything.
You should
Bottom
see
left.
the bottom left corner.
Oh, bottom left, right?
Yep.
Oh god,
And
for
this is-
Godzilla.
Always Godzilla.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can you hear the shrieking or the
Yeah.
creaking?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just on my end.
See if I can find a better.
Ew.
Oh no, that's plenty creepy.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good, actually. That's dope. I like that. That's dope as fuck. Okay. Norman,
Hmm?
go ahead and put your token on the map.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Alexander, why are you all the way over here?
I'm down here. Oh God.
Yeah. So go ahead, all of you, put yourself in order of which you want to go.
I'd be going up right here.
Spread out.
All right, gang. Let's split up and look for clues.
So as you walk up, you do see that the doors are open,
Open?
but they're kind of like the shack is bent in a way that it's like these doors can't close. They're so bent that there's always going to be like an opening, but they're easy to push open if
All
you
right.
want it.
I walk up to the door and
As you do that, the door just opens.
Nah.
It opens. You gather it opens because it's just so rickety that you even touching it just kind of just opened it.
I just kind of.
Nah.
I love all those reviews. Like, nah, fam, I ain't living this one.
None of you have dark vision, right?
Norman has 120.
Alex, don't go in there. You're gonna fall and break your fucking neck or stab yourself with a rusty nail and get tetanus.
Bunk.
Guys, I don't know if
Oh,
we
God,
should go in there.
I hope you get tetanus.
And I hope you shut the fuck up for once in your life.
Maybe
Oh,
if you
God.
thought before you did things. Or thought at all.
Be in this mess.
Well, you know what? I think a lot about what I do.
How are we friends?
How are we, friends?
I'm not really sure anymore.
I really don't know. You all were the ones who followed me here.
Well, if we
That's
didn't,
a
you
good
know.
point. We should go back to the candy store.
Honestly, yeah. Alma's gonna start trying to apparate like 5 feet.
I just.
You try. It's you haven't done it before, have you?
No, but I have been doing lots of oh shit. There's a term for it where you like imagine yourself doing it.
Visualization.
Yeah, visualization training. And then I got those books too.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you could apparate 5 feet in front of you. In the wrong
Sweet.
direction. Now you're here. I'm just kidding.
That's not 5 feet, fam.
Oops, I meant 100. You're inside the shack.
Yeah, Reimer's gonna place her hands on Aleksandr because it's dark in there and she can't see.
You do see a little bit of light this way.
Alright, Lumos.
Okay, you use Luma.
Says
He doesn't have a wand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
So then you realize, oh yeah, I don't have a wand. Oh shit.
Alright.
Hearing that, Reimer takes out her wand and go, Luma.
Yeah, Norman's just like walking in, like, huh.
Alright, hold on, wait.
And now I'm just poking my head in.
How do I do the little aura? Lumos is 60
when
feet.
you, it's 30 and then 60 of dim, and you
Okay.
click, and then it's the one that's not a cog, and you can enter in your aura and tell it what color and hit save or something, and
Norman
it'll
just
show up.
did it.
Okay,
Oh wait, so okay, click the cog.
not
I
the
see it
cog,
says-
the one that's not the cog. Wait, no, you're right. It is cog.
Yeah, it
My
is.
bad.
It's the
Ignore me.
aura,
It is the cog.
and it's 30 feet.
Yeah, when I did it, I did like 30 of yellow and then 60 of white or something, so it would show up separately. But
For what?
There
It's
you
30
go.
of light, and then
Alright, turn off. I put it on Norman, so everyone turn off your auras.
Oh,
I like
I was
that.
about to say that because I just changed Norman's to like 160 because he can see that.
And we can't see his.
Well,
How
not
about this?
160,
Just turn off the
112.
auras, and I'll just reveal the areas. Everyone take their auras out because it will get annoying. Okay.
I don't know how to.
Oh, secret
So-
police.
So you look inside and you see a very old, dusty, beaten up shack, and we're gonna move over to this one now. As you step inside, you hear the wind like kind of blowing through the shack, and you can understand why it moves now because the wind is just constantly making it creak. There is a little candle over here that is lit.
So someone lives here.
Yeah, no, mm-mm.
Why would they live here?
Make whoever wants to make an Arcana check.
I'll try it. I may not be the best at it.
Okay.
One sec, I'm trying.
Oh my god!
I heard that.
Child?
I heard that, baby. I'm gonna keep that.
Oh god, it's so creepy.
Okay, maybe I'll get a different sound.
Wow.
Alright. Honestly, I would think it was creepy. But then I look over at the right and I see that cobweb. I'm just like, no, this is where the Spider King lives. It's his summer home.
Summer home.
Comes around the corner. You guys again!
So, Raime, you would know what this thing is. This is an ever-lit candle, or
Oh,
whatever it's called. Once it's lit, it doesn't go out.
so there's no way of saying if it's reasonably lit or not.
Right, an everlasting candle just... the wax doesn't melt away. The flame
Yeah.
just stays there.
Can I go
Yeah.
look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, now you suddenly wants to come inside.
Right? Like, oh look,
Is
new
there
things
any-
to learn.
Is there dust on it?
There is dust around it and on it. Not where the flame is, because obviously it would burn the dust away, but around it,
Yeah.
if you were to put your hand and like kind of rub it across the candle, yeah, there's a lot of dust.
It's. She groans and she's like, "Ugh, it's magic."
Yeah, of course it is. The never lit candle.
Dude, that couch over there is magic, and I'm gonna hop on it, just crash on it.
A
God.
giant just
it
smoke
falls
of dust just make it just gets into your nose and you just you start coughing and your eyes start watering from all the dust that just kicks up into your face.
See, that was the Hiroshima charm.
Can I actually take that candle and like turn off the light?
You can snuff it out, yeah.
Why
Cool.
would you
I'm
do
gonna,
that?
cause I want it.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Mine!
she's gonna do that.
Joink!
All right, you can go ahead and mark off you have an everlasting candle.
Hell yeah.
Just imagine the owner of this house comes back and is like, "Damn kids nicked my candle again."
Norman's gonna try to take a look at some of these books on this table.
Alma joins him, cause books.
So as you look through some of the books, actually, no, make an investigation check. That's what I should say.
Hell yeah.
Raima's gonna do it, but she's gonna do it on this stacks of books.
Okay.
And I would go over to where the cobwebs are and
Really?
look over at those books. Or if that,
I rolled a goddamn
or is
2.
that even a bookcase? Because
It's a shelf that kind of has like coats on it.
Oh, coats.
Like yeah, jumpers.
Oh, jumpers.
Yeah, that's what the British call them, right?
That means sweaters. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, jumpers. I'm like, it's just means sweaters, dude.
Yeah,
I
dusty
know.
old sweaters.
I
Wardrobe.
know. Dusty
So
old
the
sweaters.
Norman and Alma investigating the books. A couple of them are Hogwarts books that you already have. One just looks like one piece of paper just looks like someone was like trying to write something down quickly, but it's illegible. You don't really find much anything interesting in that pile of books. Raime, as you're looking through that pile of books, you do find a book about dark arts creatures that
Ooh.
goes kind of more into
Damn.
detail.
Dude.
It goes more into detail about the darker of arts creatures like vampires and werewolves and ghouls and ghosts.
Oh god, don't show that to Alex.
You also find a note that, reading the signature, says reading the signature, it says R. Lupin.
R. Lupin.
Aw.
Aww.
And from reading it, it looks like almost kind of like a love letter to
Bruh.
someone named Nymphadora Tonks about their
Aw.
child.
Ah. How fucking savvy.
Aw. Does those names mean anything to Raime?
Make a history check?
Yeah, we could know them as war heroes, so yeah.
Maybe. Oh yeah. So
Nice.
R. Lupin, it clicks with you and you realize, wait, he used to be a Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher at Hogwarts. Because I read about him because he was part of the Battle of Hogwarts. He helped defend the castle. And then Nymphadora Tonks was a Ministry of Magic Auror that also was part of the Battle of Hogwarts. But then you're kind of like, why is there a letter in the Shrieking Shack?
Yeah. She's gonna show, like, the letter while she's holding the other book, like, close to her chest. It's like, oh, I found a letter!
Oh.
It's
Ooh.
between what used to be a dark arts teacher at Hogwarts and an Aurora.
A what?
You know, those things at the Ministry. Those that
Aurora?
apprehended you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Daddy.
Yeah, let's just murder him and leave the body here.
I mean, we got away with it once. We could do it again.
You guys do see
I'm sure the ministry wouldn't mind at this point with
What do we see?
there's a staircase that leads
Alright.
upward.
Oh, well, we're already deep in this. We might as well.
Are any of these books interesting?
No, not really.
She said nah as she stuffed the book. She took the dark creature things underneath her robe to take it with her.
Alright.
Are you okay? Question: are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking through here?
I'm walking straight through.
Olive
Yeah.
is walking really carefully, mainly because she's afraid of like falling through the floor.
Yeah.
So not like stealth, but she is walking really carefully. And
Yeah, it's
quietly.
just how gently are you walking through this place?
Olive is walking very gently.
Floorboards.
Look,
Okay.
Norman always walked with a very light step.
Yeah, and I assume you guys have Lumos, so you see
Yeah.
down this hallway,
Yeah.
and you see where initially that tree you'd seen is taking over the house.
Ooh, it's
Careful
beautiful.
on the floor here, guys.
Huh?
Olive was telling them to be careful with the floors here.
Now, everyone make a perception check.
Right. +6, don't fail me now. Probably will, but...
Nope.
Oh, no you won't. I love you, Perception.
Nice.
So, Alma, you're saying that this one-man band thing...
Yeah, so
They're distracted.
typically they have like 3 or more instruments that they play at the same time, and there's like strings attached to each one from their limbs, so they make different gestures, which makes each instrument play as they walk down the street.
Yeah, and Perception is wisdom.
I need all of you to make stealth checks, I guess.
Oh man.
Damn it.
My...
I mean,
They're all gonna
Alma
die.
is talking about one-man bands.
Yeah.
I move,
So-
I move like a cat.
What the fuck? Damn, Alex.
So,
He's a rogue, isn't he?
One level.
Oh, yeah.
so Alexander, you are the one who sees this or hears this. You hear, kind of like over here.
Where?
Over here in this.
We can't see your ping.
Oh, you can't?
Here on the GM layer.
Shit. Over here.
Okay.
Wait, and I'm gonna stop. Right, everyone, get out now.
What you hear is.
Alright, everyone, out now.
And at this
Harry,
moment,
beat it.
nope. At this moment, you see coming through the wall
Oh, Lord.
a
What the
ghostly
fuck?
figure of a man.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And
Oh, it's just a ghost.
I
Do you
need you all to
recognize him
make
as a ghost, or is it
DC.
something
I
else?
need you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh god.
Fun. Probably my... Oh wait, no, No, Constitution is actually the weakest.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
You're the worst tank.
Well... I fortunately have a... Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
this is actually fortunate for me. As you all just see Alexander's moodstone just go bright white.
So yeah, as
Oh
as
my
you
god,
see,
they actually age.
yeah, as coming through the wall, you hear.
Wait. Oh, thank God I didn't age at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Alma's fine.
let me see.
Hey,
who
look,
failed.
we're 20
DC
now.
13.
Only me and Alec, though.
If targets save their successful frightening target.
Alex.
So you are all considered frightened.
What? No.
No, not all of you.
No.
Sorry. Whoever I'm trying to read and do this as in.
Norman and
So
Alex
Norman
are
and
frightened.
Alexander are frightened.
The boys are frightened.
Hey,
And the girls are like, hey, look, a ghost.
Hey, fortunately, I'm only frightened until my next turn.
Yeah, he's a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Also, at this time,
He said ghost.
Oh my god.
Oh, bled.
wait, do you guys age?
No.
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 Oh, five.
Alex almost did.
Yeah, he almost grew up.
Just imagine. Like, I'm already
Hey, he
built
can
like
buy
a-
us beer now.
Like, I'm already built like a JoJo's character, but imagine if I actually did just age up to the point where I did become one.
Oh god
So-
damn it, she's close to it, isn't she?
Yeah, this thing's gonna float over to you, and that is where we're gonna end the session.
Alex says hi.
As all you